morning.
Hey, good morning, Vincent. How are you?
Very good. How are you, bro?
I'm doing well.
Look at GJ, man. Fucking rocking with you.
Hey, Vincent, morning, man.
Morning.
Yeah, this thing is rocking and rolling today.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think his time is going back up.
Yeah? Looks like it. I think it is.
Gold. Yeah.
EJ's up to resistance. Damn. You know, these are the hardest days, you know, when most of the moves are happening in London.
Yeah.
And you're just like, ah.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you
Just wait.
Man, I tried contacting Zoom. I tried updating my thing. It said that, oh, unable to update.
What do you mean, like increase the people?
Yeah, they said to contact the, so I have to call them.
No way.
Yeah, yes way. It sounds retarded, but it's, yeah. I have to call them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, how's it going? Man, this happened way too early. I think, yeah, now GJ is heading to what, 132, 500? 10
Yeah.
more, 100 more pips up. But yeah, I mean, that's the next level because there's nothing to the left. It's just
Yeah.
a clean candle going, this is the next resistance. Still in the 4 hour.
Well, let me see a 30-minute. That's a 30-minute. You can take entries now. Yeah, if you take entries now, then your stop loss would be fucking oh shit.
45 pips?
45 pips. Damn.
Man, you need to wake up properly, bro. You need to wake up, go wash your face, you know, like go, like, stretch a little bit, and then look at the charts. It's way too early for you.
Why?
See, it made a support. It made a support at, you know, 136.70. So now, you know, all candles are moving bullish, so you don't know where your stop is going to be, right? I mean, on the 15-minute, if you want to be really aggressive, you can have a stop, like a 20 pip stop right under the candle. But essentially, now you got to wait on the 30-minute to create some sort of a support.
Yeah.
Because GJ is going to make a high, for sure. It's going to make a high, because guys are going to try to sell it, and it's going to make high. Let's say it made a high here. It's going to come down. It's going to create some sort of a support, or it's going to create some sort of a booby trap candle, right?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, exactly. So for that, waiting for that move is crucial because then that move is going to result back up because it's going to make a high. Yeah, so it's going to make a high. It's going to come back. It's going to make a support, and then it's going to go up to retest that high.
Right. Like that thing always happens around maybe 8 a.m. After 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Once before 8 a.m. we get a pullback. What do you get? That's for May, then fly up again from May to 9.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, because this right now is major FOMO. This is major FOMO.
Good morning.
Yo, London was fire last night, boy.
Yeah, I saw that.
You don't sleep, bro?
Yeah, I do. I go to sleep like at 11, Then I wake up at 3, see how the charts are doing, make a trade or not, go back to bed.
That's crazy.
That's like me a year and a half ago, waking up at London just to see.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. I mean, think for hours.
Yeah, man. Rakeel, I remember that. I remember being like, Rakeel, what the hell are you doing up at this time?
Yeah. Wow, man. People caught some trades in London session.
I mean, I noticed that London is my time for my pair GCAT, but I like being in the stream with you guys, so that's why.
Yeah, man, we gotta go sleep earlier.
There are like 250 unread messages in my London channel.
Yo, London was fire last night. I sent out
Yeah.
that trade with the markup, and everybody ate. I was so happy. It flew. I love it. I love it. I can't believe people are still in the old chat. Didn't know that Slack was up. Crazy.
Yeah, I know. I saw those messages. I'm like, what? you guys are just waking
I
up.
was paying for mentorship, and I didn't hear like from the group. I'd be like, mad. I can't believe this day anymore.
Yeah. Hey guys, where were you for the last year? I just bought AUD USD. It broke support. What? The Australian data turned out positive. Oh. Well, if it was at support, I think it was still bearish when you bought it, so maybe.
When I bought,
Oh. No.
I thought you were talking about me. Sorry.
Someone else bought it. Let's see if USD CAD recovered.
Nope.
No.
Kept going.
Oh wow. It broke that support.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Did you
Oh
catch the news yesterday?
no.
Yeah, it was nice and easy, the news yesterday.
Man, you can't drop.
Broke that support.
That's my pair too, but I hadn't been trading because it's been like consolidating. But yesterday was a day with.
Yes, it
I've
was.
been waiting for that USD CAD to drop for like weeks.
Yeah, I agree.
Look on the higher time frames, daily, weekly, it was never going up.
Oh mate. This is coming down.
You think it's coming down for NFP?
Yeah, I don't know. NFP is gonna be pretty strange. Because we got
Because last month was really good.
NFP is gonna be
Rakeel,
at ADP
Rakeel, do
coming.
you get satisfaction and do you smile internally when you see all the people you're mentoring become better in trading?
Yeah, it does. It does. Like it feels good.
It's just such a cigar.
Seriously, coach, because man, I've never been like this consistent and this profitable till I joined with you, bro. Thank you.
Ooh, yeah, man. It just feels good. It feels good that someone's like, you know, being up like Macedonian, like, you know, he started what 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Forex 4 months ago, like introduction 4 months ago, you know. And he's in this winning environment all of a sudden. When we started, bro, we were just lost. We had
Yeah, but I'm consistent, so.
yeah, we had indicators and fuck. It was a fucking wild west.
And
I got here when it was simple. So just
Yeah.
The most I use maybe is fucking DMA, but that's it. Like it's so simple. I mean, some people think like they want to make it too complicated, and it shows there's money.
And just the fact that Rakeel is reading the Slack messages from London that everybody ate, that must feel good,
Yeah, I bet.
Hey, this isn't Ted. Ted's name is Uncle Ted.
Franco.
Yeah, I'm gonna remove this guy right now.
It's me.
Don't remove me.
Oh, okay, it's him. Oh, oh, but it said Ted Safranco, so I was like, nah, that's not
Yeah,
him.
It does. That's the default.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Ted, you look like you got extra underscore.
He'll about to kick you.
Yeah, I've been
Ted too, like he must feel. Ted always feels good because he's a millionaire, but he should feel even better that like the guy he taught, rakeel, taught so many people. You know?
Oh yeah, I feel good. I think we do a lot of good work here. So I've been in GJ since last night.
Yeah.
Oh man, you must be eating, bro.
Yeah, I'm up 117,000.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, I looked at support last night on the 30-minute. I'm like, well, hey guys, we're at support. We're not breaking. Where do we go?
Last night, at what time, Ted?
I got in at like literally 8:30.
Okay, so
Or sorry,
like
9:30.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! Just at the bottom there.
Yeah, 130, 270.
Damn, nice.
32. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, because there was support created on the 15 and 30-minute, and when it started to break up, I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. There was a 30-minute candle that gave it away. The 30-minute candle at where are we here?
7 GMT.
At 1 GMT, and then at 7 GMT as well.
So Ted, was that after the daily candle closed?
Yeah. So when the new daily candle opened, and it opened bullish,
Yeah.
it barely had any wick.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I just hate. I mean, I don't trade at that time anyway. But looking at on my chart, my daily candle was just a straight block bullish that closed right on that resistance.
That's right. Yep. And then the next candle pulled back a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now this candle will probably go to 132. Probably 132 today.
Yeah. That's the next daily.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, I have a TP at 131.9, like 50.
Yeah, that makes total sense. But now, like, I can hold this forever, unless Boris Johnson does something silly.
Brother just quit.
I finally got my swing trade.
So his brother's an MP as well, and he's just quit
Yeah.
because he's torn between family and politics.
Yeah, GJ's moved like 480.
I'm just watching gold. I'm seeing gold heading back to 1535. I had some sales earlier, which I've banked about 15 pips, but I'm waiting for some more.
GJ is pretty hard to buy right now. I mean, what are you gonna get? Securing 20.
Yeah, that's what I'm just gonna wait for that bigger retest.
Yeah.
Probably like around 8 AM. I'll probably fix it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's better to just wait for a support form.
Well, it's because of what happened the day before. I watched the Asian session, and I'm like, if we're gonna fly, then it's going to be pretty huge when we do the
Yes.
because we missed the move yesterday during London, and I'm like, I'm not missing it again. So I basically had a wider stop loss. I used like basically 40 pips from my trades from yesterday. I used 40 pips of those, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna hold it. There's no way this can go down 40 pips. If it goes down 40 pips, it's going back down to like 128 or whatever.
Yeah, not doing that deep of a retest.
Yeah. So I figure, and then you can see like where you have that gray area, that's basically the test, and it just took off from there.
Somebody in the chat was saying, "Hey, what are we doing for NFP today?" I was like, "Bro, if you're saying that, you shouldn't trade it."
Yeah, then you shouldn't trade. That's true. There's no NFP today.
Ted, on GJ, don't you think once we got out of like 130, 700 area, that setup was pretty clear?
Yeah. You can see where Rakeel marked up the charts. that's basically now we're not coming back to those areas. If we do, it's going to be a fundamental thing that comes back to those areas. At this point, we have to go based on the weekly. We have a clean also, because now we're entering on the weekly. If you take a look to the left, there's a huge weekly wick that pulled down and then pushed up, like around 139 or whatever. I think that was the flash crash wick. Yeah, that was the flash crash wick. We're gonna fill that whole range now.
Yeah, because what was it, 5 or 6 weeks ago, that bear candle was pretty just.
Yes, yeah. So you have that bear candle. This will mirror that bear candle. So now with GJ, all I'm doing is watching the weekly chart with GJ. And then what I'll do, as soon as we get past this weekly candle, I'll move it over to the monthly chart. The monthly chart, technically, just like we said yesterday, and that was the other confluence I had, was the monthly chart should fill back that previous candle. And it's not because it's a wick fill, but it's because we hit support on the monthly. And an easy target at that point would be to create consolidation candles. Because if you look to the left at various times with GJ, you'll see that there was a bearish candle and then one bullish candle, and they're both mirror of each other, like they're both the same. So once we started going bullish, that could easily be your target for a swing trade.
Perfect. September is a bullish month.
Yeah. And then what we may have is we may have a test for October and then a continued bullish push, and that will bring us back into range on the monthly, because then our target would be 137. Go all the way to 137.
All the way back until the consolidation on the monthly.
Yeah.
Hello.
Gold is doing exactly the same as it did yesterday.
Yeah.
It's it created 1 hour support. This 1 hour candle tried to put down lower, and it looks like it's trying to close back in that range again.
Oh yeah, I see it.
So if you mark up your support on the 1 hour,
Yeah, I see it.
see the lows of those previous candles,
Yeah, trying to go up, back up. Ooh.
and this
GG.
1 hour candle looks like it's trying to close back above that support. So
Got some pippies. Yeah, so basically to break above 1543. Is that what you see?
no, well, so let me just show you. I'll just mark it on it quickly. So I have so just flick to the 1 hour quickly.
Who's that saying?
So basically, like, it created like a little 1 hour support here, right?
Yeah.
This candle tried to break down. It's kind of bounced off this area like it's marked up over here.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see if this closes in here, then it should push up. You're right though, the safe buys are like above here.
Yeah.
But this is exactly what it did yesterday.
Yes.
And this 1 hour candle closed, and if you remember the next one, it just went like that.
Yeah, it just rocketed up.
Yeah. So,
Who's that, Simon?
Bogan?
hello, yeah.
Oh. Do you think G is going to test support before going up? Well, that's the thing. We were talking about this yesterday. I mean, for a very, very safe GJ buy, GJ is going to make a high. 100%. It's going to make a high, and then it's going to make a support. And then you got to wait for that support form, because it's going to retest that high it's going to make. Yeah. So that's what GJ is going to do. So the one thing you don't want to do with GJ is trying to sell it, because you're going to have a really bad time. Feel good, feel good, Feel good time. Ooh, USD CAD is still dropping.
Hey, you can't sing. How's EJ?
Bullish. It's coming into.
It's gonna break that and rush it up.
Oh, it's moving.
Was that 117?
Yep. That's good analysis. 15 is up, man. It's going up. It's coming into this area. Whoever is holding EJ and GJ, man, you guys are doing good.
Yeah, I was gonna take. You saw my analysis of the GJ, right? That I did day before yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was really good.
it was pretty sick.
I got stopped out because of spread. I slipped 50 pips.
Ooh.
I had entries at 128, and I completely got slipped.
Okay, what's this? There is bullish RSI divergence on the 4-hour UJ, and it's at resistance. Do you mind taking a look and give your thoughts on what can be expected? I think UJ is going to be a great buy above 106 700.
Yeah.
Great, awesome buy, because look, there's nothing like after that area. Well, it's crossing that area, right? Okay, let me just readjust this. He's looking at the most recent area right here. So this is what we're looking at. This area right here. So this is the resistance 4-hour created, and now 4-hour is pushing up. So now you can see that maybe 106 and 55 is going to be the next area for 4-hour.
Bless you, Coach.
Oh yeah, man.
Let's do we got it.
Yeah.
Yo, Kerwin must be happy as hell for that UJ move. Juan, NFT is not today, it's tomorrow.
Yeah,
Usually-
stop trading NFP, bro.
It's tomorrow, man.
And we can stop trading NFP.
All JP wise bears have been blessed.
I thought Kerwin must be eating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a bullish divergence, that means you're looking for a sell, I think, on UJ, and I don't think you should be trying to sell UJ when all candles are going bullish.
You shouldn't sell any JP white bears. So.
Yeah. So I'm looking at all these pairs, and I'm just thinking, if I'm not in a buy, I don't know what I'm doing.
Any JP white bears should not be a seller.
Alex, and you close all your positions on GCAD?
Who, me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
no, Alex
Because
Miami.
yes, sir. Because I wanted to go to bed and wake up for this, but I should have left the runner, man. Oh well.
Yeah, man, and said that up to break even.
Yeah. I slipped. I usually do, but I didn't want to get greedy, right? I made a I made a killing.
It was a really nice move.
Yeah. I had it all started out. I had it all done. The analysis was on point. And I got split 50 freaking pips.
Hugo's way is playing with you.
Yeah, bro.
Slipped 50 pips. What?
I have buy stops on DJ from 128, 100 I think, up to 130, right? And when I activated, I think it was after New York closes, so from 5 to 6 p.m. So you know there's like a huge spread around that time.
Yeah.
And the spread, I don't know, it's flipping, and it took me out 360 pips. My stop loss was 10 pips.
Man.
Oh,
My
wow.
advice is never enter any trades at that time of day.
Yeah, I completely forgot, but still, you know, from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern, they shouldn't be such a big slippage, you know.
It'll tell you the details of what happens with the brokers at that time, but with rollovers and all that shit, like,
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible because the thing is, a lot of times with slips there, it'll be one L out of the group that pulls out, and then that's what drops it to 30 or 40 pips, and there's nothing they can do.
And nothing they can do.
No, because it's not the broker's fault. It's the LP, And during 5 p.m. during rollover, if our like for us at Traders Domain, we're London rollover, so we roll over at London New Day London, and the problem is when at 5 o'clock we don't have a pause, but that's when a whole bunch of liquidity gets removed out of the market.
Right.
So when it slips, bigger spreads happen, everything happens, but it only happens for like less than 30 seconds. But what happens is people will have stop losses that are so close that they can get hit. Like 30, 40 pips is easy slip at that time.
Yeah, I had it at 50 pips.
Yeah.
And when I went to go see my history, it was split by 45 extra pips.
Yeah, because it's so quick at London close, at the USA close. That's why I always tell people to really, if you're trading certain pairs and you're trading like the pound and stuff like that, especially in North American session, after London close, you have to be very, very careful because
I know that, and I completely forgot, and I left it open. Left that buy stuff open at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Smart.
Alright, so gold 1 hour closed back in that range, so we've got support now at like 1541-ish, 1540, 50. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I think gold should just range and then move at 80 pips. Who's making that noise?
I don't know. It's family.
Fuck, it's so annoying.
Well, guys, if you're making a habit, if you're not speaking, mute yourself.
I'll let you know who it is.
Yeah, see, like, I think right now something like this on gold.
That looks like a fake out, eh? And it's retesting the support to go up.
Yeah. That's what I'm seeing. But
sir.
again, the safe buys are this. That.
Right, where Simon had put that box that zone, it was probably gonna go back down there. Build some sort of support on the 5 minute on like a lower time frame, and then shoot up again after maybe 8 a.m.
Oh, whoever.
He was at 7:15.
And go like 7, like now to like 8 a.m. It's probably gonna be a pushback and it's gonna get retraced back to that zone that Simon drew. I'll build some support on the 5 minute and shoot up again. That's what I think. On gold.
Wow, I'm impressed with you, buddy.
Why?
Got
No,
a
because-
pull back at 8 a.m.
Yeah, the pullback at 8 a.m. Yeah.
Thanks to Ted, we know.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now I know you've been paying attention.
Of course I pay attention.
All you have to do is look at the charts and you'll see every day. I mean,
Every day.
it's not a genius thing. I mean,
No, it's
Yeah.
a cheat
See,
code.
see, now we can prove it's not a genius thing.
It's not a genius thing, bro. It's like it becomes a habit. Like I know for a fact that I wouldn't take a trade right now from 7 to 8. Because the market's gonna settle.
A few days
Oh,
ago,
man.
no one's ever gonna forget after the roasting Ted gave a few days ago. That'll be entrenched in my mind forever.
Oh no, I wasn't here when you roasted, but he's always saying that. So it becomes a habit.
you
You
can
get
take a
pullback,
trade.
you know, you get like, I mean, you have to be stupid to not remember that, you know.
Yeah, but you can take a trade now if the market presents itself. You just have to be aware that there's going to be a pullback at 8 and not be surprised.
Right,
So
not be surprised.
the idea is, like, if you take a trade right now and it goes the direction that you want, and you get your trade, you need to know that at like around 7:55, you need to start thinking about, should I close this, or do I think we're in a good enough position to hold the retracement to continue? Right. So
Either extend my stop loss.
right, exactly. So that's sort of what it comes down to. It's just understanding that there's going to be certain points in the market where you may not want to have your trade involved if you're not deep enough. Like, I mean, as an example, like right now with my GJ trade, I'm deep enough to survive everything. So like,
right, like you said, you know, if you get a 40-pip pullback,
that's right. Yeah, it doesn't matter because I know that it's just a pullback to get a better entry for everybody at North American, and then it'll just continue on its way. But somebody who's in like a 5-pip profit, now they're in a huge drawdown for no reason.
Yeah, that makes total sense. So I'd rather just wait for that pullback, to get better entries on GJ than taking an entry right now. Because I know for a fact my stop loss is going to be probably around 30, 40 pips just to be safe.
Yeah, see, it's still moving. I mean, I'm just waiting. Like, I caught some small pips off of it, but I'm waiting for it to form some sort of support. GJ forms support, and then we can continue going up.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for that.
Bro, what are we targeting on EJ after breakout? Bro, you need to look at the chart, and then you need to decide what you're gonna do. Huh?
And don't call him bro.
What are you gonna do exactly, Mr. Raja? Because, like, you know, this is just moving up. People are gonna try to sell it, they'll get fucked. You know, they'll try to buy it, they'll get fucked. So you have to wait. If it's moving up, you need to wait for it to create some sort of a support. And then you can say, oh, look, support formed in an uptrend. Support means now my stop loss can blow that, and then you can take a safe trade. Right? Because trust me, I'm getting as much FOMO as you are, so it's just chill, just relax. No, it's true. It's true, because you wake up, you see this moving up, you're like, oh my god, we are missing the move.
Oh my god, I'm gonna miss that. Yeah, no, don't get like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm gonna miss that.
Views on AUD USD. Oh, that's Vincent. Vincent was making that noise.
Vincent.
Caught him.
Boy.
Yeah.
Vincent playing under the covers.
Yeah, we caught him.
Playing over the covers.
Yo, I only made that noise like one time. It was me.
That was you, Vincent.
Man sounds like Ratatouille.
Yeah, for real. Ratatouille.
Once the candle breaks the resistance zone and then lays back support. Yeah, exactly. You just gotta wait for it to create some sort of a support. Because that's the fundamentals of trading. Because I'm looking at this, it's up, and if I'm not in it, I don't have to be in it. Right? Because this candle here, this was the move. This was the move. Now, you know, like, I mean, even if you measure these candles, man, look at this 30-minute candle. This 30-minute candle has a 23 pip range. So this was the move. This, you know? How long have they been transmitting? 1 year. What pairs you in now? Oh, no pairs. There's no trade. I'm not in any trade so far. Nothing.
Gold is moving up now.
Yeah, gold's moving up. I'm watching it.
I had sell stops earlier on gold. I got like just over 10 pips. And that push down earlier. But I think if gold can close back into the range above like 15.44, I think a buy would be good there.
That's the show, right?
Yeah. It's
Oh yeah, we had sales last night on gold, right?
No, I mean like just like an hour ago.
Oh, about an hour ago. Yeah, yesterday was really good for sales. That drop on gold was just too easy.
I know it went all the way down to like 15.
Yeah, it was a 50.47. It was trying to break 50.47, and I think it did 1 to 50.40.
Am I talking to Mark?
Yeah. Yes, sir. I'm just waiting for gold to go. I don't know if it's gonna retrace and build something for it on the 5 minute. Oh shit! Look at that. Killed a lot of people right now. That 15 pulls that's gold.
What pair is looking good? Do you look at exotic? No, I don't look at exotic. The only pairs looking good are trending pairs. So when pairs are trending, you wait for them to create a low and then you take a buy. I'm waiting for it to make a low and then I'll take a buy, and hopefully that happens before 9 a.m. and I can call it a day.
Hopefully.
Well, someone keeps sending the same code. If it doesn't work once, it's not going to work again. Ooh, what's this? 1543.82. I think that's a good buy stop. Someone's got to buy stop. Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good because ADP is in an hour. You know, so if it's gonna go above 1543, then that buy stop should get activated. It should go up to 1548. But if it goes down, then we're breaking this support at 1538 and coming down to 1530.
Yeah, look, but look at the 5 minute.
Oh, 5 minute doesn't matter, man. There's news in an hour.
No, but look at it right now. You can see the little support is building.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter because there's news.
What news today?
Yeah, AP News, Mac. It affects the gold in US.
Yeah, I know it's taking a while.
Oh, okay. Sorry, bro.
Sorry, I had a job before. And you see my pay stubs coming from AP.
Ooh,
That's
nice.
crazy how one company does most of pay stubs.
Nice trade.
Good trades, whoever did that.
Yeah.
Looks like a little staircase, man. Break, support, resistance, break in, retest, buy.
So what I think now with gold is we're moving down to the downside.
Mm-hmm.
We pull back up to 1444 area, and you see that resistance right here. And then what we do then is we pull back down again from 1543 sort of area, back down to 1538. As like I think that's like a fake out.
1538.
If we can close back into 1543 to 1544, then that'll confirm that move to the downside was actually a fake out.
Right.
And then if we do close back into that area above, we break above on this candle or the next candle, I think we can see today and tomorrow gold break the previous high. If the numbers are bad, break the previous high that we set with like 1560 or whatever. 1555 or something.
1555.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be a good time to like buy and hold. Joke. I'm gonna set buy stops anyway on gold at 1544. My buy stops are gonna be.
Yeah, that's pretty safe. So you can ride that up to 1549. Because there's no spin traffic on the left up to 1549.
I had sales earlier from 1540 to 1539.
Oh yeah.
Same. I had exactly the same trade.
Oh really?
Oh, you guys were awake.
Yeah, it was really easy, wasn't it?
It was 1540 like retest, and then it dropped like 20 pips.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, now I'm waiting for it to break above 15, like into 1544 to look for buyers.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a buy stop of 1544. Very safe. I'll write it up to 1549.
That'd be nice if it fills back up to 1549 today.
Yeah, definitely. I would be lovely if I get that. I activated from 1544.
If you look at the 4 hour, there's a huge wick to the left with no bottom wick.
I see.
or minimal bottom wick. So that could potentially be the rocket ship, this 4-hour candle. If this daily turns and turns flip bullish, we're definitely going to break the high that we set the last couple of weeks.
But if it doesn't, then
yeah, if it doesn't, we just close and take profit.
yeah.
Yeah, or it just hangs around here, news is bad and it drops.
Right.
News is good.
Well, if American news is bad, surely that should mean gold should go up, right?
Oh yeah, sorry, I meant if news is good, it'll drop.
If ADP data getting from pay stubs sounds good, the dollar is gonna get better, gold and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like an hour and 15 minutes until news.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna set those price stubs like 5 minutes before. ADP doesn't slip me out that much, so I put something aside for it.
Oh wow, what's this? GP-CAD, clear range, break resistance, going to wait for 30-minute confirmation click. Yeah, this is good. GP-CAD can easily go to, yeah, it's a good target for GP-CAD. Looks
I feel bad. I feel bad. I didn't hold my runner.
Whatever. You got Guala today.
It's crazy, bro.
Ooh, GP-CAD is creating that support on 30-minute.
You got the Guala.
Look at that.
Your first destination should be 16300.
Yes. Look at that. It's creating the support. You're gonna have a 10 pip stop. Should I take it? Yeah, I should take it.
Hey, if it's part of your plan, and I mean how you do it.
Just don't be a douche.
Just remember, always keep in mind, guys. I mean, for GCAD, I know at least this. The majority of time, New York goes opposite of London, but we have a lot of momentum.
But will you take a trade right there?
Yeah, so basically, what's happening is I'm banking on the fact that this 30-minute candle is going to finish bullish. So now if it finishes bullishes and the next one does not break the low of this candle, the next one should also go bullishes. Trend is up, maybe creating support.
I mean, with the pound gaining strength, yeah, I can see that. But I don't know what Alex says that about New York Opens.
Yeah, but he'll be out. He'll be out for that.
Before 8. No, before 8.
Yeah, he'll be out before 8.
Alright, I'll look into that right now.
But it's not guaranteed. It's just the majority of the time, you know.
Yeah, I know it's not guaranteed, but it looks like a good trade. And I take it.
I didn't mean that his trade is not guaranteed. I meant that 8 o'clock in reverse. It's not
Oh,
always.
of course, I know that. I'm trying to close before that. What the fuck? I can't find my GCAD. What?
GCAD might reverse. It's already the ADR is already met, so it's already moved 156 pips. But GBP has momentum, so.
Indicator.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, there's strength in the pound, so I could keep the
Strength for CAD as well, though. Remember?
Yeah, that should keep GCAD open.
Oh.
So Ted, are you here? Ted?
Just cleaning up the chats.
When?
Okay, Ted, quick question. So you're still holding your DJ buys to 32, right?
Yeah.
How do you manage your entries? You have a trailing stop, or you have like any runner going on, or?
Well, right now I just have the one position, so I'm 130 pips deep on the one position. I've moved my stop loss to 135.80, which is on the hour candle. There's a little bit of a support created there, and then now what I'll do is I'll wait to see how the New York session runs. I expect the 4-hour candle with the New York session to have a little bit of a pullback, and then what I'll do is once that pullback happens and we continue bullish, what I'll do then is I'll move my stop below that 4-hour candle, basically just a little bit below.
Oh, okay, perfect. Taking notes.
I've moved my stop loss to where I'm comfortable taking profit. So right now I took 30 pips. So if it reverses all the way back to 30 pips, then I'm fine. Excuse me. But I don't suspect it will. So what I'll do is I'll wait to see where it tops out. Like I expect us literally to go to 132 today.
You're what, like 130 pips deep, right?
Yeah, I'm 137 pips deep.
Sheesh.
Yeah, this will be probably my biggest trade ever.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Congrats.
Biggest single trade. Well, now I'm 140 pips.
Still moving.
Yeah,
Well,
I got to 150 pips with gold, but then it reversed all the way. So
Oh, look at that.
if I took pips right now, if I took profit right now, this would be my biggest trade ever. But I always let it run, and then it pulls all the way back to like a weird stop.
No, that happened, Ted.
Yeah.
Today you're gonna cause your biggest threat.
Well, this one now is 143 pips deep, so it just keeps moving. We're at 700 now.
All right, so just put my stops at break even on GP CAD.
And now like I'm
That's gonna
145.
fly, Raquel.
Yep, that was a good trade.
GCAD's gonna pop now.
I got to buy on GJ too.
Yeah, it's gonna move.
But Kill, did you close your GCAT already?
Yeah, I took profits and then I'm letting I run it run.
Nice, Kurt. Nice, good trade. Whoever posted that chart, good job, bro.
Yeah, good job. You made me take that trade.
FOMO.
I think Jica's gonna fucking fly out.
I wonder how many people are in GJ's cells. Just keep adding cells. Keep
You
adding cells.
know people were trying to hit cells of resistance.
Yeah. Haven't they learned that GJ just doesn't... GJ and gold, they don't care for human life.
DJ and Gold, they don't give a fuck.
They don't give a shit.
They're like yin and yang, rice and salt and pepper. Like they just belong together.
Yep.
Yeah, those are the only two true traits that traits that I think.
Well, good thing I got my trade in for the day. Made some doodles.
Someone trying to get in and Zoom is full.
Yeah, I tried upgrading and Zoom isn't... It's not being easy.
Really? Because the next upgrade's 500.
Yeah, like it's not much either. It's like 60. But like it's still... It keeps telling me to contact support. Oh wow, brother, GPP CAD hit this target.
6,300, just like we said.
Yeah. Beautiful. GG is just gonna keep running and running. Ted's gonna have a big trade. It's gonna go to 132 now.
Next top 63,500, which is a key level in the higher time frames.
Oh really?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
It's a daily and a monthly 63,500.
Yeah. How you manage? That's true. Kervin.
So I guess somebody's gonna be paying the pan cubano with steaks during the webinars with Rakeel, right? This guy is making a lot of money today, so he's gonna pay him for that.
I don't even know.
Your UJ tips. that snail ass UJ. That's all you do.
You know, when we go out, we always have a good time. I don't
Oh yeah, I know, bro. I
Wherever
really
you guys want to
appreciate
go eat, I always say, wherever you guys want to go eat, like go eat. You know, I don't care where we go. I don't care what price is. We'll try it.
When you make 150K in one night, you don't. Of course, you don't care.
Of course.
I didn't care the last 2 times I was in Miami.
I know, bro.
Are you gonna go to Miami?
Yeah, but yeah.
You see another magic trick.
Oh yeah, that guy was awesome. The magician at that restaurant was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty badass.
Yeah, man, I was like, what the freak?
I gave him $20, so I'm sure he'll enjoy it.
Yeah, you weren't happy
Like
there.
$300 tip from us, man. That's
Yeah, that's probably true, right?
20, 40 bucks.
Hey, it was worth it, man. He was
Yeah.
MVP.
Yeah.
I didn't know Cuban refs could be magicians.
Hey,
It's a joke, guys. It's a joke.
I don't know what a ref is.
Gold. That's a good idea. Perfect.
Yeah, just like Simon said.
Yeah. Simon says, UJ, that's also a good idea. Buy stop.
Oh shit, look who's on. Tin Man. What up, Tin Man?
10.
What's up, man?
Tin Man, you're gonna be hanging out when Rakeel comes down?
Of course.
Alright.
Alright.
That's great.
Yeah.
Everybody book their flight. That's it.
Yeah, book my flights Friday.
But where's the
Rakeel, what time you get in Friday so I can pick you up?
I think it's gonna be 5 p.m.
I got you, coach.
5
Yo, what about me, bro? You're not gonna pick me up?
Yes, but that's Thursday, man.
Damn, you guys on point.
Oh yeah, no, I'm coming Thursday.
Oh, you're coming Thursday too?
Yeah, Thursday.
Oh, okay, so Mac, I'll pick you up. and
Mac's
we'll
coming
take you
too?
to the airport and then pick up Rakeel.
Alright, let's go. I get you at 3:30. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'll pick you up, then we'll hang around there. There's a lot of shit around there, and then we'll just pick up Rakeel.
Yeah, I wanna go to Doral, the new mall. And play the
Ooh,
stupid golf shit.
EJ is reaching the next zone now.
That golf, whatever the fuck this shit's called, golf, what?
God damn.
You seen it, right, Alex?
Yes, sir.
The golf thing in Doral, bro.
Yes, of course, buddy.
Are you holding GP CAD? Yes, the runner is up now. We are
Hey,
up.
Rakeel, quick question, man.
What?
Because when you have a runner running, do you usually close it or you let it hit breaks, like stop profit?
You know, it depends. I mean, I just closed my runner at 20 pips. It just depends, like what time of the market is, because like right now you see the 30-minute candle is about to close. So what I'm thinking is that maybe this was the move on the 30-minute candle close, this last push.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna grab what I can. I got 20 pips on my runner, got 12 pips, and I'm good. And I also got a buy on GJ.
Really, really good trade for you.
Yeah. This was really easy.
You're basically done for the day.
Yeah, because what GP CAD did, I was waiting for this to happen on GJ.
Yeah, JD is been crazy right now.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna wait for that after 8 a.m. See how it builds support and take a trade from there.
Yeah.
Matt, why 8 a.m.?
Oh my god, I thought you were joking. I mean, I thought you were for real.
You're about to go in. You know.
Yeah, I was about to go ballistic on that.
Let's play out UCAD. What might happen?
UCAD? One second, let's see.
send a chart?
Yeah, I'm gonna mark it up quick right now.
Yeah.
My God, that is the loudest turn signal I've ever heard in my life.
That was pretty loud, yeah.
That must be like a Hummer military base.
Yeah.
That's Macedonian cat.
No, bro, my cat's here. Look.
Oh, look at gold. Gold is just ranging hard.
It did hit Simon's little mini first TP.
Yep.
Before it dropped.
But like I said, safe buys, no buys until it breaks 1544. Right,
Yes, sir. You did say that, but you're also your little not safe buys was good too.
Yeah. Let me send my chart.
Yeah, let me just go to my YouTube video and hit the thumbs up button right here. There we go. Because I like the screen.
What's that supposed to mean? Everybody give us a thumbs up, please. Go like it. Like the video.
Simon's chart.
Come on, let me get 100 likes. Oh, 94. Bring it up to 150. 150. 120. Oh, we are getting close. How many people got live? 800? Easy. 200 likes.
Good thing I learned. Yeah, man. Waiting for candlesticks is very important.
Thumbs up.
John Kennedy said they're trying to trade before the US Open when I took the buy on GP CAD. But John Kennedy, we made money. Made money, John Kennedy. We do this every day. Every day. Thanks, Nicole T. Running on 510 pips profit swing on GJ. My stop loss is 150 pips. Oh, wow. Very nice. As Faris Sirafza, you are eating in GJ. $510 pips. That's impossible. That is impossible.
500. Who said that? 520.
Because for 510 pips, you need to have an entry at 126.
And you got caught in the lie, bro.
680.
Who's lying? Who's lying? That's Faris.
Still very nice.
That's Faris.
Raja, please look at UJ. Okay, let's take a look at UJ.
So if US News is good, UCAD going to 131,500. Change.
Okay, so UJ is approaching resistance. It doesn't mean it's a sell because candles are bullish, and there's ADP news coming up pretty soon. Oh, UJ 4-hour did fill the wick. We just talked about this earlier. Everything jumped up.
That news is most probably going to be a very negative for the dollar.
Yes.
Oh, my boy Nina.
Nina.
I love you, Alex.
Nina, what up, buddy?
And 300 pipples, but I missed them. Jesus. Still trying about it.
That's a good thing with GJ. Once it start rallying, you're not gonna stop it.
No, because last week it was ranging. It made another lower high and then it changed the trend. Yeah, but I want to wait until 8 a.m. to see how it builds support in the lower time frame. Probably take an entry. It's potentially, if we can hold this up to 132, that would be good. That's a 70 pip move. So.
Oh.
retrace right now would be ideal. Maybe back to 131 even. Or 131, 200.
Wow, people are winning every day. I got like so many messages about the trades they had overnight for EJ and GJ, and some took GP CAD. Very nice.
DJ.
Which time frame do you draw support resistance, daily or lower? Well, you start from the daily and then you neaten them up on the 4 hour, and then you neaten them up on the 1 hour, and then there you go. See this? So this is the resistance on the 4 hour, right? And then you go to small time frame, and look, now you gotta neaten it up on the 1 hour. Now we neaten it up, and now we just wait. And then we look at the time, there's ADP in 45 minutes. You gotta wait.
What you have to do, and I talk about this a lot, is map out you have to build a roadmap on your charts. And a lot of people don't do this, is they always want to know what time frame do I put support and resistance. It doesn't matter what time frame you use, it's how are you being effective with that support and resistance. Right? Because people turn around and will say, oh, my target for GJ is 132. Oh, I just got stopped out. And I said, well, how do you get stopped out if your target's 132? Right? Like, that's like, what, 50, 60 pips? You can't have a 5 or 10 pip stop loss. Right? And you have to have like a 30, 40, 50 pip stop loss. And the thing is, your stops, if you're analyzing a pair on a daily or 4 hour time frame, you have to understand the 15-minute time frame is going to have its own set of support and resistance.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't have to follow it, but you have to be aware of it, because if you're placing your stop on a 15-minute time frame and you're expecting to trade off the 4 hour or the daily, it's not going to make any sense. You can use the smaller time frames for execution and managing the trade, so managing your stop, but you have to understand that the stop can get hit on the 15-minute candle very quickly, because technically the wicks are maybe 5 to 10 to 20 pips deep on a 15-minute candle. So when you're swing trading or you're taking a longer term trade, you're going to have to let that trade bounce in that zone for a bit on the 15-minute or the 30-minute. When it leaves there and it's comfortable, then you're okay. And then the question becomes, oh, when is it comfortable? Well, that's your own risk to reward. Like, when you turn around and you trade and you have a target, once your target's achieved, you have a choice. You can either hold the trade, or you can or you can close it. If you close the trade, there's no other opportunity for you at that point, because you've decided that was my take profit point and I'm done. If you decide to hold the trade, now you have to understand that you're applying a different type of risk. The risk now is, well, what if it retraces all the way to my stop loss and now I lose additional profit I would have gained? Or if it continues to move, I can now extend my take profit. And then the question becomes, well, where do you extend your take profit? You don't extend your take profit yet. What you do is you move your stop loss to your original take profit point, and now you can let the trade run because you've secured what you originally thought you were going to get with your initial take profit point. And then what you're doing is you're watching the higher time frames to say, okay, where do I think there's going to be a point in this chart that is going to give my pair trouble at that price level? And all you have to do is look left. And looking left, what you're looking for is you're looking for traffic, which are multiple candles and consolidation. You're looking for wicks. You're looking for rejection. That's all you're doing. And you're just looking. Maybe you're looking for the top of a previous candle. Like, I'm looking on the weekly time frame. I'm looking at the top of one of the higher weeks from before. Like 5 weeks ago, there's a bearish candle that dropped. So I'm looking for a target on the top of that bearish candle, because I believe, and I've seen numerous times over and over again in my experience, that the weekly drop will get corrected by a weekly push up when we have momentum. So I believe that that's a safe target. Do I know for sure 100%? No. But I manage my trade accordingly. Now I can say, okay, I've turned around and said, I have a stop loss where I'm comfortable. If the trade reverses suddenly, I take profit, that's fine. If I'm not comfortable with that take profit point based on my stop loss, I have to close my trade right now and I'm done. But I am fine with it because I've already taken what I thought was going to be my original profit and now it's my stop loss. So wherever the trade goes is fine, but I'm willing to gamble more for the upside because I'm happy with where my stop loss is placed right now. I don't care what happens with this trade. If it runs for the next 2 months, that's fine. I'm happy and I'll keep adjusting my stop loss accordingly. But I'm not concerned about where take profit is going to happen because I'm just going to let it run until it runs, because I think that we can go to 132 and then from 132 we'll go to 134, 137 and then back into the 140s. So when is that going to happen? Maybe over the next 3 months. Will I hold the trade that long? Maybe. If it allows me to, why not? Why wouldn't I do that for myself, right? So it's your perspective and your risk and what you're willing to lose or win in the process. And no one can answer that question other than yourself because nobody knows your financial situation. Nobody knows your risk to reward. Nobody knows what you're feeling when you hold trades. It's only you that can answer that question. So you have to use your best judgment. If you don't like holding trades, close them. Eventually you'll get used to holding a trade because you're like, hey, I already made 3% this week or 4% this week. I can let this trade run to break even, or I can extend it a bit and maybe I can get an extra 4 or 5% off this one trade. You'll get used to that. That comes with experience and it comes with time.
Ted, what's your thoughts on gold today?
With gold right now, I don't think we're going to get much of a move, to be honest.
No, I'm just waiting for this range breakout. I think if we get either way, we should get a few pips if it breaks this range, but it's just bouncing between the two at the moment.
I think what we've done is we've hit that support and we will bounce back up. But for the daily candle to go bullish, I don't think that's happening. I think what you may find is we may have a pullback again up to the top part of that previous candle from yesterday, and then this candle will look similar to yesterday's candle, but I think NFP will be good for the U.S. economy tomorrow, and that'll drive gold right down to support around this new channel.
So you can't buy tomorrow.
I think it'll be down to like 1524. I think that's what will end up happening because I think today's candle will range. If you're looking to trade gold today, it will be very difficult. You'll obviously get some positions because obviously we know gold will move 10, 20, 30 pips in like a 5 minute candle. Yeah. But for a long-term play, yesterday and the day before were the long-term plays. Today, I think what you may find is we may have this pullback that'll hold bearish. Tomorrow, that will then produce the NFP candle that we need to potentially flip this weekly candle bearish. And that will begin the sell-off for September. Something I was talking about on the weekend was we had that major rejection at 1550, and I knew in September we would have to go back and test it. But if 1550 is such a strong level and there's a catalyst which will be NFP, and if trade talks go positive with China and there's a confirmation of an arrangement being made, gold will then drop back into like 1508 and then eventually the 1400. I think that is what will happen if things turn around positive for the US. If things go negative for the US, man, we're flying up to 1562 easy, 1580, and then 1600. But that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on to see what fundamentals drive the direction of gold. Right now, there's no change in tariffs. We don't know what NFP is going to do, so right now it's ranging. And I think yesterday's big bull movement has to be corrected a bit, so there'll be a little bit of a range for the next day. And I think if NFP, like I said, is good, that will push gold back down, and that will create a weekly wick on the monthly candle, and the weekly candle will be bearish, and that could signify the beginning of the drop. if this week's weekly candle finishes bearish, and now we start turning the monthly candle bearish, that could be a very, very good move.
Yeah, because that'll be two consecutive weekly bearish candles, right? Which we haven't had for a long, long time.
Right, and at that point too, the monthly candles now flip bearish, and what you have is you have almost like what the internet calls a double top created on the highest time frame, on the monthly time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So if we do have that, and the catalyst, once again, there has to be positive news for the U.S. dollar. If there is positive news, that could drive gold all the way back down to 1508 very easily and below. But it's hard because I can't see that trade tariffs and NFP and everything, even if it goes good, people are still talking recession. So it's going to be very interesting how it plays out. But I think we have a chance if we do go bearish, it'll be a nice bearish move. But I'm only counting bearish moves on gold if we have positive information for the US dollar. If there's no positive information confirmed, there's no bearish move, and I'll wait to take buys when it flips again.
Yeah, I'm like you. I only look for like 10, 15, 20 pip moves, but sometimes, you know, I catch them big moves if I hold a few. But
yeah, of course. I mean, like at this point, I wouldn't be looking to try and catch a big move on a sell. I'd be looking to try and catch the big move on the buy. Like if we start to fly up again, then that would signify like that's a safer trade to me in my opinion right now is a buy. Like I would be aiming to push a buy all the way up to the top, back up to the top of that range again. Whereas a sell, I would be very, very cautious. Like people who are selling gold right now, like just really keep your stop loss managed, because at any given point, if Trump says something stupid, you're just blowing all the way through again.
Yeah, and he's been pretty quiet this week,
yeah,
so
that's what scares me.
Yeah, Trump is going to say something to spite China, to say just like, hey, we're doing just fine with NFP.
Yeah, who knows? He's, like I said, it worries me when I haven't heard anything from him for a few days.
He's busy, probably golfing. Oh, look at that retracement on GP CAD. Close right at the top.
Nice.
Good close, rakeel.
Yeah, you said it though.
Uh,
You said it's 6,300,
you know.
just close. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Alex.
No, thank you, coach, for teaching me the tools.
Thank you for opening my eyes to GP CAD.
Hey, Alex, you driving, man. Drive first, don't you?
Yeah, I had to come and get a lighter, bro. I got to spark up, and I forgot my lighter.
Oh, that's the worst, and you can't find lighters. You're like already in the mood, and where's the lighter?
Yes, exactly.
Thanks, Wix Don't Lie and Uncle Ted for the knowledge how to identify strong support resistance. Oh, as far as you paved your own destiny by taking that buy. That's what it is. You know, because when you take a trade, you commit to greatness. Because if it's a loss, you're going to get a nice lesson. If it's a win, then you know you can do it 10,000 times over. But now if you look at GJ right now, GJ created a high. You know, now it's pulling back. Now you got to wait for it to create some sort of a support, because it's going to go up to retest that high.
Yes, sir. Waiting for that.
Liberated people, I think you need to go and actually listen to the commentary on the videos, not just watch the videos.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for basic information on candlesticks, babypips.com is going to teach you that, trust me. And I'm not trying to, like, you know, mock you, but I'm being very serious.
Yeah, but he's looking for a candle that says a buy or a candle that says a sell.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. If those candles existed, we would be rich.
But every video that we talk about and we do stimulation, it tells you how to approach the market and when to take a buy and when to take a sell based on number of factors. So I think people need to go back and watch those videos and understand the thought process, because if you watch these live streams here, we never talk about a specific candle pattern or what this is doing here, what that's doing there. What we're looking for is for price to hold a certain level, and then we dictate where we believe price will go on the higher levels, and we anticipate based on various times throughout the market. That's the easiest way to understand how to trade. Because if you looked from an institutional point, institutions don't have candlesticks. Candlesticks were brought to the retail trader so that retail trading would be fun. Because if all you did was stare at price, it would not be fun and not be exciting. But watching the candles move, then you're excited, because when the candle goes up, you're like, oh, and the candle goes down, you're like, oh. It's actually just price, right? Because if you had a terminal and you had just price, you would just see price moving up and price moving down, right? So you have to understand that all we're doing is we're watching where price prints the final number every minute, every 5 minutes, every 15 minutes. And based on that information, do we believe price is going to continue to move in the direction of the trend, or do we believe the price is now going to change direction? That is all that you're doing. Candlesticks are just there for a visual representation of price. There is no candlestick that ever is going to tell you take a buy, and there is no candlestick that's ever going to tell you to take a sell. And if you believe that, I'm sorry that you've been taught incorrectly and that someone has lied to you. Because if it was just as easy as that, think about all the people that are currently cleaning up the garbage on the streets. I would give them a phone with an MT4 account with $100, and I would say, look for this candle and full margin your account, and eventually in a week, you will not be living on the streets anymore and cleaning the streets. You'll be in a penthouse.
Yeah, it's actually very...
If you want something that tells you buy and sell, buy a grey box solution that's like, it will give you traffic light signals on certain scenarios when to buy and sell. But I'm not telling you that they're going to be right that often. I've seen lots of them and they're crap, most of them. You know, they'll provide a buy signal when this MA crosses this MA, or this one a sell if this one crosses that one.
Oh, so it works based on momentum?
Well, yeah, there's lots of different, so they call them like grey box solutions. So it kind of, it will just monitor price, it will monitor like MA, stochastic, whatever you program into it, and then when certain scenarios are met, it will give you a buy or a sell.
Right.
Oh, I thought you were just joking around with that gray box.
On the gray box.
Okay.
It will give you like a signal, like buy now. You know?
Yeah, and you know, people pay a lot of money for those. Yeah, so they're called, I think, grey box trading solutions.
Interesting.
You know, because some people, you know, and they sell it as a, you know, you don't have to do anything. We give you, it tells you when to buy and when to sell. You just click the button and hope for the best.
Hope for the best.
But you know, they'll sell it as 80% success rate, or you know, whatever.
These streams have a 90% success rate.
Yeah, that's good.
The trades that are called here, I mean, they're just 90%. I think the only losses we've had on this stream was when positions got slipped on the news.
Yeah, like you can.
Yeah, like you can.
Yeah,
remember.
you can.
Yeah, everybody remembers.
Fucking thing just slipped.
Two times in a row.
I got slipped 40 fucking times.
I got slipped on you.
It was the end of the month, and it had such a good streak. The last one. It was just collapsed.
Well, I think the reason why we have profitable trades is because we're looking at just one specific idea every time. Like, and what we're not doing is we're not creating a box. And a lot of people, when they do analysis, they create boxes for themselves. That if this does this, this has to do this. and they're not looking at, sometimes you can be right, but sometimes you can only be like 50% right. And that 50% right, you have to make the decision to close the trade. And sometimes your trade then, instead of going for 20 pips, you get only 15 or 10, instead of letting it run right back to your stop loss at break even. I think that's the difference. And a lot of people will say, well, how do you know when to do that? You just start to you get intuition, but more importantly, you have experience that when you look left and you think that we're breaking out of this traffic, or we see a candle and you're like, oh shit, that's a resistance level, or that's a support level. I wasn't thinking about that, but in real time, as you analyze the various time frames as your trade is going through, you could be like, oh yeah, I guess that is a support. Okay, I have to close. Not, oh, I don't care, I'm just going to do that. Like, it's okay to be wrong, and it's okay to close your trade early, even if it does continue past that support or resistance, and you're like, oh, I would have got an extra 20 pips or 30 pips. It's okay. It's the idea that every time that you're trading, you're fluid in what you're doing and your decision-making process. When you unhinge yourself from trading in a box and trying to say, hey, I'm only doing this or this, you become like a dancer in the market. You dance through the market and you're like, hey, I can take a buy here for 10 pips. I can take a sell here for 8 pips. I don't like this position. I'm going to let this position run. You start to become more fluid, because the number one question everybody asks me is like, well, what time frames do you analyze? How do you know where you put your take profit? Every take profit point I have is always going to be different, because it's based on the structure of what I see in the market. I mean, I can't put a take profit point if there's a hard resistance. That makes no sense. And then if it doesn't make any sense, I can't take the trade. Even though, like right now as an example, like if we turn around and we look at Raj's chart, right? And we say, okay, tell me a trade, Ted. I say, okay, fine. Here's a trade, right? We want to talk about trades, let's talk about trades. I'm going to take a trade. If it goes above this line, I'm going to take a trade probably to maybe above here, right? And then you say to yourself, okay, well, where's my stop loss going to be? Well, my stop loss more than likely is going to have to be down here somewhere, because I don't think that this is a strong enough support. So then you say, well, how can you take that trade? And it's like, well, I can't. So now what I have to do is I have to then go back and say, okay, there's no trade here. I have to wait to see what happens at this point here, and maybe now my target is further up here, and I'm using this candle over here as my mirror candle, and I believe gold will fill that structure. But I'm aware of this point here, this point here, this point here, that it may not do that. But if it does do it, I know that once we break out of this area here, like this point here, that we have a clear path with this candle and a clear path with this candle right to this point right here. So that's what you're doing. You have to be able to look at all those variables at once and make a determination of what makes the most sense. Now, if you can't do that right now because you're a relatively new trader or you haven't had that much experience, this comes with time. You shouldn't rush this process, because the more information you can process at a single time, the better you will become as a trader, and that will allow you to see more opportunities. Whereas people probably would have said, I'm only taking trades if we go up above here, right? I'm only taking trades there. Where some people could have been like, hey, this is a support right here. I see that this low was created, and now we just create another low. More than likely another low is going to be created here, so I'm going to take a buy over here because I know the timing right now of the market is right over here. That is like, you know, where we had early morning before the New York session, and I know before the New York session more than likely we can pop up to here because of the rejection that I saw, and I'll exit before 8 o'clock. Right? So there's lots of opportunity, but it's only once you get more experience that you see the more opportunity. Sometimes when you're brand new, you only see 1 or 2 opportunities a week. That's okay. As you get better, you're going to start to see more because you're going to be putting the time in front of you.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God, it's fucking traffic. Yeah, I see GJ is doing what we said, retracement.
Yes.
See how this next 30-minute candle forms, and if it builds some sort of support under the lower time frame, I'll be good for buys. Up to this area here, you have note come down. Something like this, and then
Oh wow, gold just done 15 pips in 1 minute candle.
Pushed up.
Also, guys, like yesterday's TP isn't necessarily going to be today's TP. Market structure changes daily unless it's consolidating, and even still, it's changing. You know, I'm just adding on to what Uncle Ted said.
Well, yeah, no, of course. I mean, it's always going to adjust. It's just people have to understand sort of what the expectations are and what they're comfortable with. You know, like we've been talking about gold going up, but for me, it's not a comfort. I'm not comfortable with it just because of the fact of the way the daily is forming, and I see that there's consolidation. Other people don't care about that, and they see that they can grab 30, 40 pips. That's a safe trade for them. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with doing that. It's the idea of don't turn around and push your ideas on other people, right? Like, I always tell people what I think, because that's the majority thought process in my mind, that I think is a safe opportunity. But if you believe that you can trade that opportunity, then go do it. But I just always err on the side of caution, just because, I mean, at the end of the day, I use a higher lot size, and I do have to mind sort of where I'm taking entries and why I'm taking entries. So I can just sit back and wait at that point.
Yeah, don't be like Rakeel with the S10, like pushing his S10 on us, okay?
Yeah.
S10 warrior.
Yo, Alex must be a porn star. He loves being on camera.
Yeah.
Driving on camera.
I used to wish that's all. No, I have a chauffeur. I have someone driving me.
Oh, let me see.
These goddamn immigration Uber drivers.
Damn fucking Uber drivers, though.
What a beautiful day to trade.
Yeah, such a nice day today.
I'm sleepy. This shit gets me so sleepy.
What's going on with gold? Oh yeah, you already showed that.
Pushing up.
Man, Simon, are you in those buys? It's that little zone you said?
No.
Oh.
I already had sales this morning, so I made profit this morning, so I wasn't going to take
no
those
retreat.
buys.
But it's still nice to see your analysis play out.
Yeah. It's doing exactly as it did yesterday.
What, gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. I'm part of your channel, of your Telegram, so I've been peeking for stuff. I know.
Okay. Yeah, it's did fake out yesterday. Closed back in the range, and then it used that support, and it was just straight bullish from there.
What I don't like is what I'm seeing to the left, that traffic area on September 5th.
But what I'm looking on the, like, you look on the...
I'm looking at the 30 minute.
Yeah, but if you look on like the 1 hour, 30 minute, 15, it's just got that big bearish candle to the left, right?
Yeah.
So,
but before that, I see a lot of traffic.
No, but you go to the most recent, bro, and that's that candle. So that's clean traffic.
Well, before that candle, look at the traffic, and I think that's
of course. But like Rakeel says, like Rakeel says, you look at the most recent support resistance candle, you know.
Well, we're already past that, so
Yes,
the
sir.
target will be maybe 1548.
And that would be nice.
Like,
Whoever
I'm
buys,
gonna wait
change.
no, I'm gonna wait for news. Like, if this pushes,
Yeah, because there is news too, Alex. So I don't want to, take an entry right now and then. Usually, news is gonna push the way it's trending right now. So we might see a push up in gold.
ideal scenario is this pushes a little bit more, then the news comes down, retests that 1543, 44 area, and takes some buys then.
Oh, but maybe I don't know. Because usually news they match with according to the trend. So if ADP is good, it's bad, meaning gold will sky up.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it just flying through 1548 with no problem.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, like, if I take an entry now, my stop loss will probably have to be around 1540. It's news. I don't know if it's gonna whiplash back and then shoot up, or it's gonna shoot up straight up.
Alright, Unrage, you sent this chart. This is why I don't open charts, because you don't read instructions. You think I'm a fucking mind reader? You think I can read your mind of what's happening here in the chart? No, I can't. I can't possibly read your mind. I mean, you have lines drawn, perfect. I have my chart like this. I'm not a mind reader. Come on.
I think that's why I think everyone should learn to write a story first. We should all do like a copywriting class instead of a trading class on how to write the description of what you want to do before you show a chart, so that people will know how to describe it. Because you're exactly right. You can't just throw up a chart, because I could tell you gold's going to like 1400. When? I don't know. It's going to go there. Just take a trade and hold forever. It should go back down to 1400. Like, you just got to, you have to really put a whole story. Pretend anytime that you are giving a chart, pretend everybody is a 5-year-old. That's, anytime you talk to someone, talk to them as if they're 5 years old. I don't mean use a cutesy voice, like, woo, I don't mean that, but I mean, pretend that person is 5 years old, and if you're going to tell a 5-year-old not to jump on the sofa, how would you explain to them why they shouldn't jump on the sofa? Would you turn around and say, well, if you jump on the sofa, you're going to break your vertebrae? No, what you'd say, if you jump on the sofa, you're going to hurt your head and it's going to bleed everywhere. You're going to get a boo-boo. That's right. So when you explain a concept or you explain a chart, explain it to everybody like we're 5 years old. You're not insulting us. What you are doing is you are ensuring that the comprehension or the information you are conveying is going to be recognizable. And that's okay. I always, like, if you notice the way that I explain things like everyone's 5 years old. I never turn around and say I think everybody's 5 years old. But my concepts and the way that I approach things are very simplistic, because otherwise, if I turn around and start going to a very specific idea, then people start questioning and it becomes complicated and convoluted, and people get all upset because they're like, well, I don't understand what he's talking about. But then when I say, if it hits this line, it's going to do this. If we go to this line, we're going to go, oh, that's easy. I know that. I can see it on the picture, right? That's exactly what you should be doing to help people out. And trust me, you will get you will get far. And it's going to help you in everything that you do, because people will respect you, because they will easily understand you, and they'll want to communicate with you because they're comfortable with you, because everybody deep down inside thinks they're stupid. But if they have a smart person constantly talking to them and talking above them, nobody wants to communicate because they get intimidated. But if you keep at that level of very simplistic, unsophisticated information, everybody loves you because they're like, oh, that's such an easy person to talk to. Yeah, because I keep it simple, right? We don't have to go into specifics. We don't have to talk about divergence, convergence, this, that, the other thing. What is all that crap, right?
Oh, the balance here.
15 minutes about to close on GJ, and I think it's going to continue moving bullish here. We're going to 132.
Yeah.
That was right. Do upcoming USD news affect CAD pairs? Well, it's USD news. It will not affect CAD pairs unless there's USD in it.
USD CAD.
Someone just took a position.
Yeah. I did.
On what?
GJ buys.
GJ buys. 131,500 stop loss.
131,500 no stop loss.
Gold is playing games, man.
Gold is
I'm
waiting.
waiting for the news for 5 minutes. 5 minutes to 5 minutes.
Yeah,
5 minutes?
The news.
5 minutes, yeah. At 8:15.
15. I thought it was in half an hour. I thought it was in 20 minutes. Sorry.
News is, yeah.
It's in 5 minutes.
Oh no, you're right. It's in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's at 8:15 Eastern.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Alright, I'm already in profits on GJ, but my stops are break even. And waiting for one thing.
So, forecast is 148.
Yeah, it's a bit negative maybe.
So if it's bad, it goes up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's bad, gold goes up.
It'll come out like.
Not always the case.
Oh, not always.
Yeah, not like a one size fits all.
Nah.
GJ, ooh, GJ looks good.
Yeah. I already went in. TP is at 132.
Nice little wick fill there, actually.
Yeah.
I take a small position. I think I'll wait for this 15-minute to close.
I saw the previous one, the fifth. So yeah, this 15 minutes, 5 minutes actually. The previous one. Took entries right in the middle.
God's gonna push.
Come on, push GJ. Let's see how freaking gladiator and then just rip right through 132. Oh, GJ is looking so good right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
GJ's moving.
GJ's moving.
I think the numbers are gonna came out really good for USD. So let's see.
Gold drop. Gold's setting up to drop right now. Gold's looking like it's gonna drop.
The thing with gold is, I think before the drop, they're gonna push a little bit up and drop.
Yeah, grab some liquidity.
Yeah.
$15-minute closing, very nice bullish on GJ. News coming in very soon. Oh boy.
Yeah, GJ's good support on 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Who had the gold pending buys at 15.44? Did you get rid of them?
Me? Yeah.
So you're not in it now?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I had set up the buy stops before, but I took them off.
For gold, sell stops at 15.38 would be better. Or like 15.40.
I'm not gonna risk it.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I wanna get slipped.
I think GP CAD also went up. Oh yeah.
I'm probably gonna take a buy on the retracement. Well, see how it moves.
Yeah, I don't like gold at all. I'm just holding my GJ and UJ.
Yeah, I'm not touching gold either. Although I would
Ooh,
like to
look at
sell
that.
at 1539.
Yeah,
Gold should.
make more sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gold to 1539 if it does drop.
Oh.
There you go.
Ah, 1541. Damn it! Come on, 1539.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
What did
GJ.
GJ do?
What you can't do it.
GJ just took
Oh,
me out.
GJ did a retest.
GJ, yeah, took me out.
Where was his stop loss?
Oh man, to close your stop loss.
UCAD is doing nothing.
You should
Now.
give a little room to GJ to play out.
Yeah, no, I had some room left.
Oh, it should have been under the wick there on 30 minutes. It
Oh,
couldn't
yeah,
break
yeah,
it.
yeah. GJ, you gotta open that up.
Yeah.
DJ gonna fly now. UCAD is dropping for some reason. Oh, there you go. It's creating a support on the 5 minute maybe.
Did UJ drop? Oh, UJ also went up. Perfect. That's good.
Yeah.
UJ
Big
dropped.
profit.
Gold, we should fill this wick now on the 1 hour.
Well, gold was supposed to go to 1539. That's what I said. And it's at 1540. 1539. If you look on the 15-minute candle, there's a demand, like a zone right there at 1539.
Yeah. If I get a 15-minute close below that though, then I can probably grab it to fill that.
Yeah, it's gonna hit 1533 by the end of today.
There we go. 1539.
1533. I think yesterday Hashan also pointed that out, that gold's gonna fill the daily wick going down. So 1533.
Rakeel, you're late. Jeevan already called it.
Oh.
I'm fucking with you.
Who's Jeevan? Is that someone new who joined our group?
Oh boy.
Who is that new guy? Yeah, I think there's some new guy joined, right?
Steven.
Steven.
Yeah, gold's going down now. That's good.
Yeah, it goes to 1533.
Yeah, numbers came out really good.
Very nice.
So that means the USD is stronger. That means gold's going down.
Yeah.
Gold's going down.
At least to 1539. That's
33.
Yeah, we had
Yeah, go to
1539.
33, man. Go big or go home, you know?
That's all I guarantee. 1539. We tap 1539.
I'm not guaranteeing anything else though.
Yeah, because that 15-minute level, that's all I saw, was a 15-minute level of if we had a huge rejection on the 15-minute candle, and this 15-minute candle was basically going back to the previous zone. That was a perfect idea of supply and demand. So we have the supply area on the last 15-minute candle. So if Rakeel goes to the gold 15-minute chart, you'll see exactly what ended up happening on the 15-minute chart. So here is your one area, and here this is your supply area right here, and this is your demand area right here. And that's basically why that happened the way it did. So what'll happen is once we tap over here, once we have rejection, you can assume that we're going to come back up to that level again, because we're returning to that zone if we do that.
Raja, why not gold 1523? Because I don't swing for the fences. I swing till the fielder grabs the ball and I can do my one run.
Because you have realistic TPs.
Yes, realistic take profits. You know how far 1523 is, man? 1523 is way down here.
For that to happen, China and US, they have to like kiss and make up and like hug and do a bunch of shit.
Yep.
It's still holding one. When you look on the 1 hour on gold, it's
Is that G-Man?
UJ is moving.
Yeah,
I'm
GJ is.
impressed.
Take off.
Yeah, UJ once it crossed 106, 600 is bullish. Look, there's nothing to the left on UJ.
Yeah, I want UJ going to 107.
Yeah, one is. Ooh, GJ.
DJ's moving right now. Come on, if he breaks that resistance,
We need
we out.
profits. Let's go, DJ. And that way it looks like liquidity grab. Keep going.
Yeah, that shit fucking took me out.
You know what I missed? EG.
Oh, EG dropped, right?
EG broke that support. I even yesterday on the live stream, I even talked about it. That once it broke that support, it would drop all the way down. I was on the live stream and I showed that consolidation on the daily. I said, what do we have to do? We have to wait for this to break. And when it broke, now it did. It's going all the way down now to 89,600.
Come on, GJ.
GJ's flying up. So
GJ's gonna fly out.
Hey Mac, thanks for the pips, Mac.
You're welcome, bro.
You said you just entered GJ. I saw that. I'm like, oh yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, GJ is gonna.
Yeah, I entered good out of good position.
I just can't believe that UJ is actually moving.
Yeah.
That's the biggest.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like a little scary when you see UJ moving.
You know what? We used to trade UJ religiously.
Oh wow, yeah.
And we'd be so happy because UJ would move like this once in a while. Be like, yeah,
2 pips, yes.
Yeah, literally, we were so happy because it was.
That's the thing. Like Erwin said, you gotta put a bigger lot size on it, and you want to make some sort of profit.
But it was good because we would get such a good entry, and all we had to do was sit back and wait for it to move.
Yeah.
When I used to trade UJ, it was so easy because it's like, okay, it created a top wick. Okay, now it's going to start to drop. We just had to wait for the drop, and then when it came in, perfect, close, and you're done.
It's pretty cheap to trade as well.
Yeah, and there was no real like bounce around. It didn't whipsaw back and forth. It was just a nice, easy move.
Nice little UJ.
Yeah, I got
crazy, like Forex God became like Forex God with UJ. Crazy.
Yes. I got like 5-6 pips off GJ. I just got like a runner run, which is gonna get stopped out, I guess. Don't want to get stuck in GJ. Just took 3 trades this week, and all from this live stream. Yet made more pips in a week. That I'm a chairman and IG Forex courses.
Actually, we'll have a numbers.
What? How many? They're like.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it's 195. Look at that.
195.
Yeah, 195,000 compared to 148 forecasted.
Oh yeah.
We've got more news in
So-
6 minutes.
Oh really?
Yep. Initial jobless claims.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
Because look, gold's stuck.
Yep.
I think gold's gonna keep going down, you know. Guess I was right.
Yes. 1533 on gold. Coming right up.
Yeah, I'm hoping retest. We need a retest. I want it to come back
Nah,
up.
don't say retest.
Oh, fuck the
I'm
retest.
already being
It's
south,
just
so
gonna-
let's just relax.
It's just gonna drop.
We don't need your negativity, bro.
No negativity, bro.
Oh, it's going.
Oh, GJC.
Hey Ted, I
That was
took some
easy.
real nice videos of my
Just
arm
keep
sessions
starting
yesterday.
right here.
So
Oh, okay, yeah, because I was waiting for you to do that because I'm gonna do back and biceps today. So.
jeez. You know, if I do back and biceps, it feels like my bicep is gonna tear off the bloody bone.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, man, I stay away from that shit. That shit is dangerous.
Oh, okay, because I don't do a lot of heavy bicep movement. Like my back, I do more like I do obviously rows. I do pull downs, and then what I'll do is I'll do like a bit of like bent over roll.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
love bent over rolls.
yeah, so I do that, but then with biceps, I'll just do like concentration curl, or like I'll do 21s. So I don't really do too heavy because I'm at the gym every day, right? So I don't really need to put like 2 hours in. I put in like 30 to 45 minutes and I'm done.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna upload them to my main page anyway, not on my story.
Okay.
So,
I'll watch them. Yeah,
and today, Rakeel, I'm gonna do legs today, so I'll take some videos for that too.
Nice. Yes,
If
please.
I tear my hamstring though, I'm gonna leave the group, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Motherfucker.
If he tears his hamstring, it's like, thanks, Rakeel. I tear my hamstring for you.
Taking videos for your ass.
Take a video for you. Why did gold drop so much? The news are not even out. Asghar Alamat, I think you should stop chasing Forex because this is obviously not the thing for you. Look, you go to calendar.
Stops at break even on gold.
Yeah, very nice. This thing is a drop for the rest of the morning. How is the news not out? Look at the numbers.
39.72. Sometimes it's annoying when you set pendings and it slips you. Like it really grinds my gears.
Ooh, gold is moving.
Oh,
gold is moving.
Cool.
And GJ's moving. Oh my god.
is flying.
What a day.
You got 10 pips out of GJ and I'm out.
Yeah, I got 10 pips on gold here.
Too close, too not too close.
Watch gold. It's hitting as support on the higher time frame.
Yeah, the English guy who's speaking has an IG. That's correct.
What, me?
Yeah, you Englishman.
I'm not English. I'm Jamaican.
Yeah, he's Jamaican. The English Jamaican.
You're gonna show his IG page and no one's gonna want to talk to him.
So, do you know man if you're Jamaican?
So, Rakeel, tell me that guy's name so I can block him for calling me English.
Oh, his name is Miles Bradnock.
He's British Jamaican.
Block this motherfucker. No, I'm not British Jamaican. I'm Jamaican, motherfucker.
This is the guy who's speaking.
You're Jamaican with a British accent. Okay.
That's nice. That's better. Can you come from fire, you know?
Oh, okay.
Oh, this guy's got mates.
Where in Jamaica are you from, Devon?
I'm from Mobay.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
You sound scary. You sound scary, brother.
He's from the Badman area.
Badman.
Yeah, my family is from Spanish Town in Kingston.
Where you from? Where you from?
Well, my family's from St. Elizabeth, but I grew up in St. Catherine.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was in school in Vanderbilt. Went to school in Vanderbilt near St. Catherine.
I never know so much Jamaican there.
Big tits following much.
It's a lot of Jamaicans out here, man.
A lot of chichimans. A lot of Bati boys chichimans.
You crazy.
What?
You crazy.
Who the fuck said that?
Blood clean. Fire gun for you.
My get so many Jamaican for that shit, fuck. Man said Chichi Man, yeah.
Chichi Man's Bati boys.
Crazy.
1 minute until news.
Thanks, guys. I'm done for the day. Thank you. Have a good day. People are leaving.
You too.
They pip and dip on us, bro. They only use us for our pip.
Yeah, the pip
That's
and dip.
really rude, man.
That's
I feel like we're doing bottle service again, where all these girls just come drink and then they leave.
yeah.
Ted, you need to start reading Rollo Tomasi so you can get blowjobs in the VIP, man. Don't let them use you like that, Ted. God damn it. You're worth more.
Oh man.
What a beautiful day today. Waited for a... See, GJ did the same thing here. Made a high, came down, created support. 30-minute candle, no, 15-minute candle, boom, pips. Pips.
Yeah, I think it's good though, but I think people are learning that, hey, once I get my trade, I leave.
Yes.
Why be here? Like, why waste my time with these idiots? I'll just go through my thing.
Yeah, basically like closing the charts.
Yeah.
Like closing the charts.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I think that's perfect. The people are learning discipline beyond just hanging out here listening to us yap, right? And they're doing
Good point of view, Ben. Good point of view, Ted.
I think that's
Nins was trash.
Wow, G just still going up.
278.
Yep,
That's
I closed.
Very
Golden
nice.
drop. Pull back, then drop.
GJ is going north. All
North.
the way north.
Yeah, GJ.
What, GJ hasn't stopped?
No. It wasn't.
What? Are you still holding, Ted?
Oh yeah. I'm 150.
Right here.
It's probably going to continue, but there'll be a consolidation, and then I think we'll have a breakout towards the end of London close, like by London close, and the rest of the day it'll just trail, and then it'll pull back probably later today. It'll pull back, and that'll start the candle for the following week or following day, and tomorrow we'll finish strong. And the weekly, you might find the weekly may pull back just a little bit the following week. So I think this weekly candle is going to close very strong and probably close at 132 at least.
Ted, are you 200K in GJ deep?
No, 138K.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still nice.
How long you been holding those swings from?
Just the last night Asian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Where was the signal, Ted? Wow.
Sorry, I thought everyone saw it. Everyone was talking about GJ in the chat, so I just took it when everyone else was looking at it.
Nah, I took gold last night.
Okay. Yeah, no, I thought everyone saw GJ because the daily had formed support, and we rejected off the previous daily, and then this daily candle would go bullish afterwards once we broke above like 130, 200.
That's what I want on GJ.
You don't want to drink, do you? You know?
Because I think the daily will finish at 132, 200. Yeah, 132, 200. Yeah, because yesterday we called it to go to 130 and it got there late in the day. I think the same thing will happen today.
Yeah, it's not gonna move straight away, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's made a double top on the 1 minute.
I don't wanna call any double top or triple top on GJ. It's not gonna
I've got that trend line and it's hit 6 times, man. I don't know.
Just creating a small range, small
Yeah,
consolidation. Then
I closed. Probably wait for the London close.
Do you guys even use stop losses? Yes, we do.
yeah, we're not stupid.
I only do one trade a day, then I sit here and listen to you guys. It's very nice.
Alright, I'm out. Right. Got some picks.
So are you leaving now, Mac?
Yeah, man.
Take care. Have a nice day.
The money.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do
Maybe
it.
those idiots talking by themselves.
Rip and dip, like.
Gold. Yes, gold should head down.
Alright. I'm on gold.
I lost 500 euros from last month till now. Now I'm doubting whether to continue or not. I think first of all, when you learn trading, you need to, get some sort of education. Yeah, I think that's not like you have to get education. So like, some people say no, we don't want to get education because we're too good, and that's what burns them for the most part. But now we have this stream here, so you can come over here and you can have fun. Or maybe you haven't lost enough yet. Maybe go back to 1 hour previous stream. Gold should go back up? ? Oh.
That means he's in buys.
Yeah. I know.
Always.
Gold should go back up. Rakeel, can you do that for me?
Can you do that for me? Can you press the button, Ted, for 2 seconds? Press the bullish button.
I think people have to understand the market as a whole, and that's the issue. People don't put the story together. The biggest thing that you can do is you have to understand that yes, the market structure is bullish on gold, but there's going to be points in the pair that are going to make it go bearish and potentially break structure. Now, if you're looking for a bullish move on gold, which I was, and I'm still looking at it, I don't take any bearish trades because my bias is bullish, so I just let the trade run out. There's people here that took sells because that was their bias because of the way that they were formulating their thoughts. There's nothing wrong with that. The issue becomes when you make a blanket decision to sell or buy with really no idea why you're doing it. And a lot of people do that. Is today would be an opportunity to sell gold because the daily candle hit a major resistance yesterday, and we need a little bit of a pullback today. It doesn't mean that gold's going to go bearish suddenly down to 1,500. It just means that there's going to be a bit of a correction. Now, if you want to see a continued correction, what do we need if gold have a continued correction? You need to have catalysts to influence that pair. And that's the key that people miss. People don't get the fundamental side, which is, are trade tariffs being corrected with the U.S.? What's the U.S. data like with the news events? If good news piles into the U.S. dollar, that will make gold drop. But it's going to drop to a certain point where there's going to be a decision being made again. So you have to keep all that in mind as you're trading a particular pair. You can't just say, well, is gold going to go up again? Don't know. I know right now I wouldn't want to sell gold until I get further information. Once I get further information, then I'll sell gold, right? You have to formulate these thoughts yourself.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Gold closed.
1533 coming up. Coming right up.
Yeah, I could sell 5 minutes if anyone cares.
Gold dropping.
Gold dropping.
Yo,
Bless you.
Frigging mic, man. Get a tissue, bro.
Yeah, get a tissue. Don't blow it in the mic, man.
Gold's dropping. Gold, yeah, 1533, Reza. I see it right now on the hourly.
Yeah, you see it.
I see it. That makes perfect sense. We're actually coming into it right now. If you look further by August 29th, we're actually coming into that zone. So just be careful.
Yeah, if you're in sales, this is where you start securing your profits right now.
Exactly.
Just like I did right now.
Oh, beautiful.
If you're in buys, keep holding.
It's gonna turn around.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna feel that way to the left.
I called this earlier, man.
Yes.
That 15-minute retest was awesome.
Yeah, see? Study more than you talk. What a beautiful fall. Today was a nice day, yeah, it's true. It was a really nice day today.
Come out. 25 pips done.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
It was a nice day. This is the only, that GJ buy was my only second trade of the week. So
Nice.
I'm happy.
Yeah, GJ's still going. It's got like 20 more pips to go to 132.
Yeah.
Eventually it's going. It
It's
closed
gonna
at 12 pips. I didn't want to be greedy. Just want to stick to my trading plan, and it closed.
That bull is fighting. It's gonna go all the way up.
It's pumping.
Bro, if you are in gold short, when did you enter? I entered gold at 15:32 minutes, please. Yeah, 15:38:41, and I closed at 15:37:32. So this.
Give us that flush to fill that.
Yeah,
wick.
yeah. So I entered when this candle was at, like, during this retest thing. Because this was a resistance and then it fell.
Same reveal.
Okay, right. Did you took that trade based on the 5 minute time frame?
No, it came up and I entered with a 10 pip stop. I didn't look at the 5 minute
nice.
at all. No.
So you took it as soon as it touched that resistance.
Yes, because the target was because the target was what? The target was 40-50 pips away. So I said, okay, in this 40-50 pips, I can at least catch 10 pips on a 5 lot. I mean, that's gonna at least make it worth my while,
And you also have the idea that where the fact that we have rejection down below, and that the price is going to push to that rejection point. Like, it's not going to stop halfway through there and be like, oh, now we're going up. It's going to come into that rejection.
Yeah. Oh, GJ! 132.
GJ is pushing. 132. Cat's making money. 132.
132 coming right up.
We said it all morning. 132.
Yeah, I heard it.
If you joined this morning, we also said wait for it to pull back.
Yep.
Take a buy.
I'm still holding from previous.
GJ is going to make everybody buckets.
Wow, this is going to be the best highlight of the day. Great highlights today.
What is the winning rate, Raquel? 99%?
90. Yeah. You're being too nice, man.
Yeah, no, but seriously, man.
It's pretty high. It's pretty high. We haven't lost a trade in the live streams. I mean, come on, man. We got 800 people. Just give some thumbs up here. Live streams are doing a good job. What else did we call it?
UJ buys.
Ooh, we also called gold sells. No, I was thinking about taking UJ buys early, like when the 4 hour was at around 106, 650. But then I was already up in GP CAD and GJ and gold, and so I was like, yeah, I just leave UJ.
I was on UJ buys. I closed with 17 pips.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys said for you and Ted of how you knew UJ so well. Why did you guys get out of UJ?
Well, just preferences changed. We found new things. I think as you graduate as a trader and you evolve, you start to see things that challenge you more, right? Like we saw gold, and gold moved so fast. I was like, oh, I like this. Because if you understand the way that price moves, everything on the other candles, essentially price moves price moves the same with every single pair. Now, the nuances of the price movement is what you have to learn, right? Like we know GJ, when GJ runs, it runs a trade. Like there's no point of trying to sell when it's trending. At this point, I would never take a sell with GJ. But what I know with GJ is sometimes what it'll do is it'll do things that doesn't make sense. And to the new trader, you're gonna stop out because you're like, oh no, it's reversing. And to me, now I know that as, oh, it's grabbing a bigger piece to go further up. And it's the same thing with gold. When you trade the same pair over and over again, you learn nuances, but those nuances their foundation has come from the slower moving pairs like USD CAD, UJ, like things where you see, oh, that pair is now creating a liquidity wick. It takes like an hour for it to create a liquidity wick, like a pull up, where like GJ will do that in a 5-minute candle, right? So that's why I always tell people that you start moving with pairs that move slower, so you understand the movements and you can anticipate them better. And as you get stronger with reading the direction of movements and how movement happens, you'll start looking at other pairs and be like, oh man, I could have caught, instead of like 10 pips, I could have caught like 50 pips on that. Right? So it just becomes an evolution, essentially.
I get your point. It's like you guys knew it well, but then you saw that your skill with it could have been applied to a faster, more rewarding chart.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, but we graduated slowly from it. Like, we were still trading those other pairs and trading them, and then we slowly started to move into them. And I slowly started to move to the point where, like, I don't even look at UJ anymore. Like, maybe once in a blue moon, but like my primary focus right now is gold and GJ. And because I'm so in tune with what's going on with those environments, like with Brexit and with gold, with tariffs, it's like now you can anticipate where price is going to move to based on the way the chart is, and then also based on the historical moves of gold. Like when Raja turns around and says that's the target for gold, you know right away that's that target because of the fact that we know how fast gold moves, we know how hard gold moves, and when you put that in with the timing of where we are in the market, it's a perfect storm. Because we just opened the US market, so we know that that move is very fresh. So if you're looking at a target and it's 8:45 and the market just opened 45 minutes ago, to get down to that target and we have the momentum, it's a very, very easy target. And all you're doing is looking left to say, oh, that's a point where there's rejection. We may hit that and bounce around there, but more than likely we're going to get to that point early. Like if we were looking at this at say 11:30 in the morning or like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I would be skeptical of that target, right? Because I would say, you know, the day is pretty stale. But because the day is fresh, Rakeel's using all his knowledge and he's saying this is a probable target based on the fact I know gold moves 40, 50, 60 pips in a day. I know that we have major rejection on the higher time frame, and I see this 1 hour target that's staring me in the face that it easily could get to that point. And when it gets to that point, then I just exit, and whatever happens after that, I don't care.
Right. Okay. I don't ever see myself, honestly, yet going to gold. Just, I mean, I'm sure, like, what you would say is because if there's no reason to, there's no reason to. Like, I haven't even purposely been trading UJ for the past few weeks, but just, like you said, familiarize yourself with the chart. Like, I mean, I look back the past few weeks and all of my trades have just been taken on UJ.
Yeah, and that's perfect.
Because I know how it acts.
That's right. And that's the biggest thing that you can do. It's after a while you're going to start to evolve, and if you want to look at other pairs, you're going to start to see things that you're like, hey, maybe I could use this. But some people have traded the same pairs for years. Like there's nothing wrong with that. It's just more of like what your preference is and what's your style. Like I lose interest very fast in things. So for me, GJ and gold keep me entertained.
Right, because of the speed.
Yeah. But I also can read charts very fast. Like I point out things and I know things that are happening before they happen, and that's the reason why I can chart so well. It's because I've seen so many scenarios happen over the last few years, and over the thousands of hours I've spent in front of the charts. I know what's going to happen, and I've seen things, and I can toggle through a 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, and I can be like, I don't like what's happening before 8:30, or I don't like what's happening before 9. I'm going to exit. Where other people are like, they're not aware, right? But that took many years of experience. Like, oh man, 8:55. Why are we having that huge pullback? I don't like that. I'm exiting, and then 9 o'clock we have this rip right down for some magical reason, which I don't know. But I start to see it happening. It's almost like you can start to see things happening on the smaller time frames, and you start to look and you're like, this is worrying you, and you get that sort of gut feeling. Start listening to that gut feeling, and you'll find that it will help you a lot.
Absolutely. Yeah.
A lot of times, it's like what I used to say about poker. A lot of times on the river, there's three diamonds on the board, right? And you know the guy has a flush, and he goes all in, and you're like, I think he has a flush, but I'm not 100% certain, so I'm gonna call. And it's like, I have a flush, and you're like, shit, I knew that because of the way he played it. At a certain point, you're gonna be like, I know he has a flush, I'm not gonna put the extra money in to see, and I'm not concerned about the fact if I was wrong and he bluffed me, but I've seen this scenario play out enough times around me that when that person does this or that scenario happens, the person has the winning hand. And if they bluff me today, that's okay, because you bluffed me 1 out of 10 times, where 9 out of 10 times you've had that. And it's the same thing with trading, where I'll close a trade early and it'll continue to run those 3 or 4 times, but there's a lot of times where it rips right back the other way, and I'm like, thank God I got out.
You know what was so funny in Toronto? When you were telling, when you came and visit and you were telling your story, and I've heard about you with poker prior to the course, but when you were telling your story when you were younger and playing poker and you were making money and everything, I was cracking up because, like, I kind of had a similar background to that.
Yeah.
Where, like, locally, I mean, you went to different places, but locally I used to play.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, this is like, you know, it was funny to see that you also came from a similar thing.
Yeah, because you learn risk management in poker, right? Like, you know, like you're focused on UJ, and that's it. It's like when you play poker, I used to go to the same game every week because it was the same bad players. And then people would invite me to other games, and I'd be like, why would I go to another game when I know I can, like, basically get a 90% win rate here? Like, it makes no sense. But other people would do that because they want to socialize. I was looking at it more as like, hey, if I can make $1,000 or $500, like, after work, why wouldn't I go there every single week and just be polite, act nice, and take my money and leave every week? Right? Like, it didn't make any sense to me. But some people have ego, and they're like, oh, I can beat that other game. And it's like, I don't care about beating the game. I care about just winning.
Yeah. No, you're right. 100%.
Hey guys, this is probably a dumb question, but what time does London open in Nigeria?
Google.
I'm only asking because somebody was in Nigeria, from Nigeria, a lot of Africans.
Yeah, but all they got to do is just type in the Google.
All right, let me go to Google.
It's probably like 3 p.m. honestly.
Yeah, I think Africa has the best trading time because they can trade London, US, and then Asia all during the day. And then at night when they go to bed, everything sucks. No, I heard about that because people in Africa used to tell me, like, trading right now for them, this is like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that. Like, this is like they were able to trade London throughout the day, and then towards the evening, mid-evening, it's like the USA session, and then when at night when they go to sleep, it's like the shit part of the US session that nobody cares about, and then when they wake up, it's like already mid-Asian session again.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, like people in Africa like sort of have the best time to trade. It's just all their brokers charge them massive fees for their yeah, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now. So yeah, there you go.
That'd be so cool.
I'm in Kenya, Uncle Ted. I can trade London and US session easily. Oh, perfect. Australia is pretty good. Yes. Statistically speaking, no, that's going to be inappropriate for YouTube.
Australia is really racist, actually.
Yeah, I heard that.
Everyone that isn't Australian.
Yeah. Well, this pre-New York session was really, really good, I'd say.
It's awesome, yeah.
It's awesome.
Man, I can't believe how much DJ and all the Jew papers have rallied all these 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, when I woke up this morning, I saw GJ, I was like, wow, what the fuck, I missed all this. Then I cut it.
Yeah, I thought I would have got stopped out of GJ. That's what I was thinking. I'll let it run, and I had my stop loss in, and I woke up, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. You wake
Uncle
up.
Ted woke up with 100K in profit.
Yeah, I was just like, holy shit. I'm like, and I know for sure now I can let this run because there's no way GJ is going to pull back suddenly on the weekly.
Yeah.
So, like, this is perfect. I actually finally caught one.
It's like you wake up and then, like, you know, your empty fort is loading, all of a sudden you see the result. Just
It's super profit.
Yeah. Either blue screen or no trade.
I finally caught this. I'm so happy. I hunted Like GJ, I know is going to go back to 140. So now I'm trying to figure out how long I can swing this pair for. I think I can swing this for a very, very long time.
Oh yeah, man, you can swing it. I mean, if your stops, oh yeah, where your stops at?
My stop right now is at 130.999.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because if it stays above 131, it's solid.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm hoping. Like if we can break 132 today, that's my goal, and then it'll drop back down to maybe 131.500, and then continue all the way back up to like 133, 134. Because I really think a reasonable target for this week is really like 132.600. I think for the end of the week, 132.600.
Yep.
Because that's on the daily. That's a huge zone that we could tap into, and because we have momentum, we may just push right through that zone.
Yeah, and the stop that you have right now has plenty of room, so you don't have to be worried about any pullback for now.
That's exactly it. That's what I'm banking on. So we'll see.
My English is so poor. Forex has.
Mine too.
Yeah, Forex has one language.
Money.
Yeah, that's a byproduct. Yeah, money.
Alright. Guys, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Simon, for showing up.
Take care, Simon.
Always a pleasure, Simon.
Tomorrow maybe? NFP tomorrow?
Oh yeah, we're gonna have like 2,000 people on this stream.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah. Many people are gonna blow their account tomorrow.
Yeah, NFT is like the MMA main event on Saturday night.
Yeah, exactly.
He shows up.
Alright, let's do it. See you tomorrow.
Take care, Simon.
Take care, everyone.
Take care, buddies. It was a great session. I think I'm gonna head off. I gotta go to stupid college. I gotta fucking class. So take care, buddies. Yeah, thank you, Rajas. Thank you, Uncle Ted.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care.
Have a great day.
Dale, Juan Carlos. Cuídate.
See you, man. Se cuidan. Adios.
Dale, bye.
Hey Rakeel, is it okay to hold GJ with stop loss and profit at 131.660? 131, I don't think so because it's gonna get stopped out.
That's too close.
That's too close. That's too close. I think. Yeah.
In a blink of an eye, it's gonna push your stop loss.
Too close.
Rakeel, you're in the Slack chat right now, right?
Yes.
Alright, I just posted my trade of from this morning. If you can give me a little feedback on my explanation.
Oh, I see it. Oh, you're like Borat.
Oh hell yeah!
Nice.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey Bobby, you're late.
Hey, Bobby Joe.
Hey, what's up?
Alright, so this is Rob's trading. Take a look.
So Bobby, yo.
What's up, Alex? Yo.
Yo, I sent you a friend request on Instagram. You're wearing a Yankees cap?
Yankees hat?
Yeah.
Shit, I've never had a Yankees hat.
Well, I don't know if it's Yankees, but did Mac post you on the story yesterday?
I see. Yeah, that's my friend.
Oh, my bad.
Hey,
I'm in the middle.
I was trying to show, or I put it on the chat saying that in between the two black lines.
yeah, oh, okay. So like
On the session.
around 106.660 was your entry?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh no, man, that's pretty good.
Well, the gray box was, but because last night, actually, if you look on the left chart, see that your little yellow circle on the left? Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
That was my exit from Asian last night from whatever it was. It was like 15 pips or so.
Yeah.
And then because we were hitting resistance, and then during London, we came back down to test that support, which is the bottom black line, and then came back up and then brought us into New York session, which I took my trade on the gray line, and news drove that up.
Yeah, no, it's very nice. Nice one. And
Just trying to pick your brain, that's all.
And where'd you exit?
The yellow circle at the top.
Oh wow! What made you exit at the very top there?
What made me exit? Well, because I was watching on the 5 minute, and once that closed, I waited for the next candle to open just to maybe fill that wick a little. I mean, there's no real like scientific explanation.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Sometimes it looks great. Sometimes it's not the best exit.
Yeah.
Like when I was just saying that Asian last night, that other little yellow circle you saw, I exited there because we were in resistance, but then it still continued another 15, 20 pips.
Yeah.
So like down, that left chart, your little yellow circle.
Oh, nice.
And then I exited there, but it still continued up, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, nice trade, bro. Very nice. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, that was a really good exit.
Look at this GJ 1 hour. This 1 hour is also going to rally up. It's created a support.
Yeah, man, I'm just slowly putting my orders in slow. Just off to the chart that it was different than I did yesterday. I had to redo it this morning.
I have a feeling this hour is going to take off.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty scary.
And this is like starting all the time like this with no wick on the top. It start popping up.
Like GJ will pull back a bit, and then I think it might rock up.
GJ's been doing this thing too.
Like if you're looking to trade GJ right now, I think if you have orders around 40, you should be good around 840. 131, 840. Because I expect this 15-minute candle to goof around, and when it moves, it's going to move up with the new hour.
Chris Berthold. Last month was 80% of her prediction failed because of trade wars. That's awesome. Someone provided liquidity. Chris Berthold.
GJ pops well.
Expert for financial psychology and mindset with institutional trading. Wow. Experts.
Oh man, EJ. Wow, EJ's like prices as a buy now. Huh? There's a lot of wick on the left. It has 118, 328, and 118, 5 something. What was that? 540. And then there's one more big wick they can fill up is 18900. And then another wick is 119,500. You know, big. To fill up those. On the daily, 4-hour chart. That's where he ranged a lot before he dropped 160. I mean 117, sorry. Because 117,300 was a gap that we had on 2017 April. Remember I talked about the rock?
Yes. Man, there's this video I can't talk about that.
Go one.
No, I
that
can't.
video from yesterday?
You can't.
Yeah, the one from yesterday. Yesterday.
That video from yesterday, dude, that's horrible.
That's-
I have a stomach, but I can't have a stomach for that stuff. That's next level.
Yes.
It wasn't that bad, guys. Come on.
What? Are you kidding me?
That was just bad. That's the top 10 in my list.
Really? Top 10?
Yeah, that's like a top 10.
Man, something with your bullshit.
Bro, the video quality was so good, and the angles were so good. Oh.
I was using an S10.
Yeah.
No, that video was ridiculous. I'm sorry. I looked at that. I even looked at just when it was not running, and it enticed me to click. And I was like, oh man, I'm like, I shouldn't even click. Like it was already bad to begin with, just a screenshot.
Yeah. Just the thumbnail was bad enough for you just like, oh, I don't know if I want to see this.
Any tips for people like me with small accounts? It seems to have a decent stop loss pip range up to a very small lot size. Yep. You don't have to do that. You have to just take small trades, and you have to take a few trades every day, 1 or 2 trades. And with $1,000, maybe you're going to make $2 or $3 a day. Now, once again, we go back to the age-old saying: if you don't like making $2 or $3 a day on a $1,000 account, then you need to go get a job, or trading is not for you. That's the biggest problem with small accounts, is people don't like the idea that making 3% on $1,000 is only $3. They don't comprehend that. You have to start comprehending that. You have to look at your account in terms of percentages and allow those percentages to grow. And if you do not have the adequate financial means to have a larger account, then you need to go work and you need to trade full part-time. There's nothing wrong with holding part-time or working part-time or trading part-time and working full-time. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you need to be a full-time trader to be successful. You can have other jobs, other activities. You'll find that your life will be more fulfilled and you'll be able to do things. And the idea is, no, actually, yeah, $30, sorry. Yeah, that's it. My mistake. But like I said, if you're not comfortable with those numbers, you have to really evaluate why you're trading and find alternatives at that point. So just keep that in mind.
I don't know why people think 3% is bad. Your bank don't need to give you 3%.
It's just hard. It's just hard to see like small amounts of dollars stacking up. That's the only thing. Like it's just hard because people say that, hey, like, you know what, like I can make one profitable trade on a $1,000 account. I wish I had a $10,000 account. I can guarantee you that you have the same bad habits on the larger account.
Same. It doesn't disappear. If you got bad habits on a smaller account, you just move it to a larger account.
Exactly. It's the same thing.
Oh, damn, that's going to be nasty.
Yeah, because if you can't grow a small account, you can't grow a big account. Period.
Like I had this conversation regarding money management with my nephew yesterday. I said, it doesn't matter how much money you make. If you can't manage what you make now, you can't manage. If you make $1 million a year, you're still gonna blow it. You know what I mean? So,
wow,
like,
that's big facts right there.
Yeah,
right there. It's big
if you have poor money management, it doesn't matter how much money you make in life, you're still gonna end up in debt, or you're gonna blow it. Doesn't matter.
Yep, it's very, very true.
Mm-hmm. And you told that to nephew?
Yeah, I told that to my nephew because he's pretty responsible, but he came to like his rim cracked, and he said he didn't have any cash. I said, how you gonna have any cash? The only thing you're responsible for your car payment and your cell phone. So I said, how much you make a month? He said $1,200. So I said, okay, let's do the math. So I broke it down for him. I said, your car payment is what? $600. Your cell phone is $180. I said, how the fuck is your cell phone $180?
What?
You're only one person. You know? So I said, I have.
Must have a like iPhone something with the service. It's unlimited internet.
He has 2 phones and he's with Sprint. Wow. So I said, what the fuck you have two phones for? You're one person.
His first problem was getting a $600 car payment when he only makes $1,200.
Yeah, wow, $600 car payment.
But you know what? You can't tell them what to do with their money because that's what they want. You know, he has to learn the hard way. But okay, so I said, okay, first of all, your cell phone bill is too high. That shit should be only $90 a month. Cut off that fucking next line. Okay. And then we broke it down. You know what I mean? I think we got down to about, like, after everything, after cell phone, gas, and everything, he should be having an extra maybe about $200 in his pocket or something like that. So I said, you know where all your fucking money is going to? In the car, because you drive so fucking much.
Should do Uber then.
Drive. Rather make the money and drive.
Yeah.
Most people get cars which they can't afford, but they only get them because the payments are low.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And the problem is, like, I always learned this, like, when I took out my first car, I didn't learn about the maintenance of the car. So I had to learn the hard way. You know what I mean? When you fucking go to the dealership, you think an oil change is like freaking $30. It's freaking $600.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Yeah, if you drive a Mercedes. Because remember, you don't change the oil every 4,000 miles.
$600. Good Lord. Well, I mean, the Porsche is $1,100, so I shouldn't.
Yeah. Because Porsche's what, once what, every 12,000, Ted?
Yeah. 15,000 kilometers, yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't learn that simple shit, man, I had to learn the hard. So that's how, you know what I mean?
That's why I drive a Tesla. There's no oil changes. Honestly, if I tell everybody, if you can afford to buy a Tesla because you have no maintenance, you have no car payment, basically, you have no gas, your insurance is super low because it's super safe, and literally, it's the best car to drive. I tell people that, like, once you can afford a Tesla, you'll never go back to a gas car again, because I see people lining up for gas. I go to the gym, I just plug it in, I come out of the gym, I'm like, oh man, I got free gas then.
That's dope.
It's true, because you don't realize, like, even right now, like, my car has like 200 kilometers to empty, so like 130 miles to empty. All I do is I'm gonna go to the gym afterwards, I plug it in, I work out for a half hour, car's full, and then I drive around, I do stupid stuff, I go to places, and like, it didn't cost me anything. Like, people, and I race off the line, I gun it right off the stoplights. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, how was that ludicrous mode? That's a lot of fun.
It's amazing. Yeah. I buried an NSX the other week. I haven't talked to you in a while, Nick. I was out on the highway at like late in the evening, and there was this silver NSX, and I found them on Instagram, and we raced, and we were on the highway. And he was just sort of pulling on me, and then I was on Ludicrous, and we were doing about 175 kilometers an hour, and then I pulled on him after that, and then he caught up to me because we had to slow down because there was traffic up ahead, and he rolled down his window and he was giving me the thumbs up, but then I found him on Instagram with his car, and he actually owned it as well, so I'm like, oh, that's no fun. He already knew what this car could do.
Yeah, Tesla. Jeez.
Yeah, like when you're in Ludicrous, oh, it's insanity. Like you're just like, holy cow. But it's funny because when you stop the car, and if you have your window rolled down, it sounds like the car is gonna blow up because the fan is going so hard to keep the battery cool because you're using so much of the power, and it's basically you're injuring the battery because it's at that maximum capacity. The fan is working overtime. Like when I pull up beside people, the fan is, you can hear the fan coming. Oh. What's it over? Oh.
Mr. Sean.
Oh, okay. There's charts.
My bad. I just saying hello to somebody. I just muted myself.
Oh. All right. There's a chart here.
Ted, is that the Acura NSX?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the older one. The older one. Yeah. The guy's name was He just actually posted on his story. Yeah. I literally, like, it was all done up too. He's got a really nice car. That's why. Because at first I was sort of worried because I said, oh man, this guy's gonna blow me out of the water. And I'm like, no, wait a sec, I got like 700 horsepower here. This guy's got like nothing.
That sounds like a super Lamborghini. Oh damn, NSX is accurate.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, those are really.
They're really nice. Yeah.
Damn.
There was an older one too.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
But he's not gonna have any from the loot.
No. I saw it from the movie.
Yeah, his thing was Santos Collection. That's his IG, and he's got a really, really nice silver with orange accents NSX.
I'm gonna look it up.
Some people only like you if you fit inside their box. Don't be afraid to shove that box up their ass.
Oh yeah, that thing's classic. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
it's really nice. Yeah.
Japan, we cream over that sucker.
Yeah, man. NSX. Let's go. Damn.
Yeah, Bobby knows. Bobby knows that scene.
Yeah, it's a really nice car. It was really nice.
Shit. Oh, looks better than Lamborghini, I guess.
Yeah, so if you're watching GJ right now in the 30-minute, we just created a wick at the bottom side, so this should be now our upside potential. And what you would do is if you watch the hourly candle is going to take off above this previous level. So if you took buys around 1860, as I talked about earlier, you should be fine right now. You should basically have little to no drop.
Yeah, that was my last entry for the day. That week, I got another entry on GG.
Nice.
It's gonna fly.
132 is on its way.
132 is on the way.
I think before this half an hour closes, we're gonna get 132.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that.
Wait, this guy is all about Teslas. Even in his story, he's talking about
I know.
Teslas.
That's why I was so disappointed. I'm like, he knows how much power this car has. I'm like,
There's so much depth.
He must be like, yeah, good job, buddy. I know.
yeah, that's what he did. He gave me the thumbs up, and I didn't realize he was an older gentleman. And then I found him on Instagram because I'm like, man, this guy's got to have his car on Instagram. That car's too nice not to be just.
Yeah.
Oh, I own all my cars. I don't lease them. I just own them.
You can't lease.
What would you lease?
Tesla can't be leased anyway.
Oh man.
You know, Elon Musk's like end goal is to have Tesla on the bloody moon.
Yeah.
That's like why he created electric cars. Oh no, not the moon. Sorry, Mars.
Mars, yeah. Tesla rovers.
Yeah, basically.
Tesla sex robots.
And that's why he's creating Hyperloop as well. Hyperloop isn't for fucking Los Angeles, it's for Mars. It's to get you across Mars quickly. That's basically why. And then you've got Neuralink as well. This guy is just fucking insane, man. This guy's crazy.
And every day it seems like it's getting better, man. We're done trading before 9:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking New York session needed to open the market.
To be honest, I don't even look at the charts after I'm done, like after 9 a.m. I don't even look at the charts.
Yeah.
I used to do that. I wouldn't look at it, but I also, if you're like studying a pair, like I was GCAT, I like looking at it like as most as possible. I just like to see what price does. Not every day, but you know, to get a feeling for it.
Yeah, I did that too, to EJ. that's 30 EJ only. I just sometimes just click on the chart and go and chart it out. That helps out.
We're gonna have to wait for another 30 minutes for GJ.
EJ is trying like, so EJ is strong resistance line is up to 50.
Yeah, your stop loss for GJ should be at 131,493.
Yeah, that's the one I can do below, right?
Yeah, if you're going to 132, your stop loss has to be below the 30-minute consolidations.
You gotta do it your way. You gotta prove it. You gotta mean what you say. It kind of takes over my mind if I don't look at the charts to see how and why they move. Yes, that's something you gotta just block. Just block that. Block it. Because people send me charts at like 12, at like 11, and they ask me, I'm like, I haven't even looked at the chart, so I don't even know what to say.
Sorry.
Yeah, and then all the replies are, yeah, looks good. Let's see what happens. But if you ask me about the charts during this time and agent session, I'll give you the whole details because I'm present at the charts.
Yeah, sucks that I'll be at work.
I don't know how you guys trade Asian session, man.
Well, these days Asian session was pretty okay. I mean, yesterday was
not bad.
It was not bad. Just these days it was okay. The beginning of the summer was like, oh, shit. Range.
I guess I'm just gonna stay here for like 8 more minutes and see how the NYC opens.
Yes.
Well, it's cheap way to hit 132 already. It's close and then it pulls back again. It's gonna do it. I don't know if it's gonna be this half hour or the next half hour, but it's gonna hit 132.
Guys, and when you have days like this in trading, like when everybody wins and everybody's catching tips, it just helps you along your day. Like you're in a better mood, you're happier, you hold the door for people, you say thank you when you welcome.
Oh, come on, Alex. I'm
Bullshit.
like that every day, man.
Bullshit, I'm like that every day, man.
I'll only hold the door if the person is 2 steps behind me. If it's more than 2 steps, I'm not gonna stand there.
Door if the person is a minority.
See, Ted, what you're creating now is you're creating assholes because Alex is probably kicking kids downstairs when he loses a trade. Ridiculous.
Yeah. And I'll tell their parents, oh my god, he slipped.
He slipped, yeah. Just like that GJ trade, man. That GJ trade slipped just like your dumbass kid.
Oh, I'm sorry, but EJ just popped up.
Man, he just been popping off bullish for a minute.
Oh, have you guys seen this?
What is it?
It's a guide for white women to teach black boys. Look at this. This is a school, right? This is a school here, and the new principal. This is the book she had on the table, and when they took the picture, and they didn't even realize the guide for white women who teach black boys.
Wow. Well, at least the heart's in the right place. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, there'd be much more of an uproar if the book was like, Guide for how to exterminate black people. She's there smiling.
Batagini.
The plans for exterminating black children.
Oh man.
She's walking down the road. come get this fried chicken, children. Come get this fried chicken. And the kids are getting close and she's got a loaded shotgun behind the van. Yeah, that'd be real bad.
Hey. Yes, ma'am.
Watermelon. Whoever typed that is a racist.
Watermelon's fucking delicious.
Watermelon first thing in the morning is amazing. It's really, really amazing.
Watermelon.
What?
Watermelon?
Watermelon, yeah.
Watermelon.
Watermelon.
Bloody hell.
The guy with the English accent. You would make a great comedian. Love the voice. Well, he doesn't look like a comedian. I'll tell you that.
What are you trying to say? My face is ugly.
He's trying to say your face looks funny.
I'll teach you.
Yeah, right.
I always think Deshaun is like the high tower of our group. Like I always think we're all police academy, and Deshaun is a high tower.
At least I'm not the guy who makes noises. He was hella weird.
Oh, that's like Bobby.
Hey, man. I'm Asian.
We gotta put you in somewhere there, though.
Hey, man. My left is just weird.
Okay, fine.
It's just how it is, man. Midnight,
like the guy, he laughs like the guy that ate a banana and threw a peel and watched somebody fall. You see? Like, that's what you think. Somebody fell on the banana.
Dennis the Menace.
I think DJ break 9:30. It looks like it's sort of hanging around.
Hey, man, I'm just screaming.
Can you explain don't sell when candles are bullish? Yeah, don't sell when candles are bullish because they're bullish.
I don't understand what the explanation is required. That's like, why do you have to stop at a red light?
Yeah, can you explain why I stop at a red light?
Yeah, no, like I just sometimes when people ask those questions, I wonder if they are looking for like a trick answer. Like it's just the obvious answer. There's nothing more to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, because everybody in Forex overcomplicates every fucking thing. So they come here and they're just like trying to figure out why it's so simple. It doesn't make sense. It's literally just because it's that simple.
Sometimes people think that we're hiding some secret. You know?
What secret?
Oh my god, Kevon, mute yourself.
I know your secret, Raquel.
Oh shit. You're looking into my window.
You're a time traveler.
Oh, wow.
So that's how you know every move.
Like Ted?
Yeah, Ted is a time traveler as well.
I am. That is true.
Man, so he came back to give us some money up?
I came back to help a few.
Yeah.
Make some money for us.
So I came back to help a few, and that's it. Live a humble life so nobody knows that I'm from the future.
Yeah.
You're
100%.
And I don't want to make insane profits because then people will know I'm from the future. So I just want average profits.
And that's how you explain driving a Tesla, because you're from the future.
Yeah, I can't drive again. We don't have gas cars in the future.
Is it going to be cars in the future though?
The Tesla is an antique in the future, so I keep my antiques.
Yeah, I came back to buy another antique.
That's right. I'm like, oh, this is what they looked like when they were brand new.
Let's just go back and buy another one.
Okay, GJ, new half hour.
Okay, is this
bullish? So we should.
So 30-minute close above that, so it should be continuously go up.
Yeah, we should continue to go up. There should be hope for us to get to 132. I just want to hit 132. It'd be nice, just a nice number. We came close. But
yeah.
This 800 area is
32. Oh damn! No weak bottom. No bottom week. I'm sorry. No bottom week on the 30-minute. But that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking, that we have enough liquidity in the last two 30-minute candles that we're doing nothing for this 30-minute candle to take off. And the hour candle still has a bullish body on it, so we should see. Who knows? But I think if you're in a GJ trade, I think you're safe until about 131, 490, I think.
How about EJ?
EJ?
Can you imagine the old me will be selling right now, GJ?
Oh jeez.
I'm getting fucked.
GJ, you're safe. You're safe basically until like 118, 100. Because on the 15-minute and even on the 30-minute candles, I mean, I don't think you're even going down at like 118, 150. I don't even think you're going to get back there. I think it's going to blow up. I think at this point, you have 118, 500 seems like a good level to hit, and then eventually 118, 950.
118.9. I have 118.460 right now.
Raja. What's this?
I had that wick onto the left where August.
Yeah.
August 20th, yeah. And there's August 19th.
The rocket indicator is not going to work because rocket does not have fuel at this time. Which means this is not the time for me to trade. So this is just...
Yeah, this is more just a watch. If you're already in the trade with GJ, we should be fine. It should fill those wicks that we're moving right now on the 30-minute candle. It should fill those easy. It's just a waiting game with EJ. We just don't know, or with GJ, we just don't know when it's going to happen. But when it does, you'll see it'll pop very fast, and then it'll probably pop to 132 and then pull back into this range again. So if you look at the current wicks to the left that we're filling, right now that will be your new level that will dip into to continue going bullish if that's the case. So this will fly up. It'll tap that gray area that Rakeel has posted, and then it'll pull right back into it. So just be aware of that, and that'll be your new support area, essentially.
Perfect.
Providing this plays out the way it's supposed to. So. But I've seen this happen enough that it usually does what it's supposed to do. If we were going to go bearish, the last 30-minute candle probably would have been bearish, and we would have already started to pull back from that back into that consolidation on the 30-minute. But since we have that consolidation on the 30-minute, that's just a whole bunch of orders getting ready to lift off. I just don't know what time we're lifting off. That's usually the million-dollar question is when are we going to take off with GJ? We don't normally know. That's the problem. If we knew that, then we'd have trading solved, because we could say, hey, there's a consolidation box, wait like 2 half hours, and then the second half hour, buy the crap out of it. And then we would watch it fly up and be like, oh, that makes sense.
Wow, this guy is trolling me right now.
What's up?
This is his profile.
Wait, who?
This guy is trolling me. This is him. Keep sending me messages.
It looks like a young Roger.
I'm like, I don't even know what to say to you. Like, why?
Okay, so this young boy.
If you go back at him, it'll be like child abuse.
chilling with boys.
Yeah, chilling with the boys.
I don't know about that part.
Chilling with the boys. That's
Chilling
like
with the boys.
high school, middle school.
High school, middle school.
Just block him, that's all. He's
Yeah.
too young to be on your page.
Yeah, I sent him a ghost emoji. I hope he gets scared.
Oh, GG is playing nice. I was about to pop up soon.
Alright, I'm gonna go get some breakfast. Take care, everybody. Have fun. Don't overtrade.
Bye, guys. Good day today, guys. Good day today. Smile at people. Say thank you. Say you're welcome.
Yeah. Peace, 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 peace.
Thanks, Alex.
Well, see.
Bye-bye, Raja.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Uncle Ted.
Bye.
Bye, Alex.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Ted.